Well, Adventurous Tuesday to start. First off, many thanks to Nersha Banco for sending over the Out of the Park the Out of the Park streamers that they had. Appreciate that, Nersha. And about that time I was getting ready to come in, my wife asked one question. Where's the beardy? I'm like, oh my goodness, Mr. Percy's out hiding somewhere. We found him. In fact, he was keeping warm on my laptop power pack. Making a note to look there in the future. So now we are pretty much ready to go. Also want to say thank you very much to Harry and Matt, or is it Matt and Calm? Matt and Calmy? Thanks again, Nersha. Appreciate it. It is time for Tuesday Night Baseball here. Month of June just getting ready to start here in the eMLB universe. And still having plug-in problems despite, dotting the I, crossing the T. So things aren't working perfectly. Getting better, though.
You jackass!
Well, that was a shout out to the OBS studio creator who created all that fustercluck.
Let's go while we're young!
And shout out to you guys for being patient enough to let me go chase after my beardy and make sure all is well. Let's go do it.
Welcome. Come in. Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
Sir, you have to let go of the button.
Well, son of a bitch.
Well, one of these days, I tell ya, hey, it's Tuesday Night Baseball. It is the eMLB universe. And you are live here on the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. How are ya? It's Commish LP. Last stream of the week. Again, I've got business out of town in the unfortunate real world stuff that we've got to do. So we will hopefully have some fun tonight. Again, we'll be back on Sunday, but it will not be a coffee with the commish. Stay tuned in the Discord for more information in regards to when we will be going front and center on Sunday, probably 6 o'clock in the evening. But due to my son's hockey schedule, which is going to happen, the older he gets, the tougher the competition and the further away it gets too, that we can't always do it. But if we have local games, then that improves the chance of having earlier broadcasts. And who knows, maybe a little change of pace will help some of our GMs be a little more available. Not everyone's available on Sunday mornings, especially out in the West Coast. So, we'll see. Good to have you all here. I am the commish if you've never been here before. My friends will call me LB. My wife, she has the right to call me four-letter words again since I finally cashed in on the honeymoon that was 6 years overdue. Haven't heard those of late. She's happy. She got to go to Disney. She got to embrace her inner kid. You know what I mean? So, but we give her the right to use those four-letter words at me. So that just means be simple. Be kind. Rewind. Have fun when you're here. Don't be that guy or gal. We don't discriminate. But in the immortal words of a highly overpaid duck who acts as my censor around here.
Watch your language, you bud. We're on the air.
Yeah, watch your language. We are live. We're not rated G, but, we also don't... We're professional dads around here. We don't tolerate any of that silly stuff, so... Let's get on to having some fun, though. It is a 3-day sim, so we're going to watch one series take place here today on Tuesday as we enter the month of June and begin the get ready to prepare for the dog days of summer. Before we get into tonight's action, let's look at where the standings are throughout the eMLB universe to this point. Who had the Red Sox being tied or at least in the division lead here? I don't think many of you did. In fact, most of you probably pegged the Red Sox as being fourth in the division. And I think even the Red Sox, particularly Billy Doran, are pretty surprised in regards to that, because the pitching has been fairly suspect, but the offense has been carrying the load. Unfortunately, though, the Red Sox just announced Mike Kennedy being placed on eMLB injured reserve. That's a house rule we have here that I've used even in 1.0. I'm going to alter it and improve it for next season. I'll provide more information down the road as I have to do a little bit of manual testing on that to see if it works. But the bottom line is that Mike Kennedy has been placed on injured reserve. He is done for the year, including playoffs. Also, recently, the Cardinals, just to throw that in, had also placed Jonathan Loaisiga. Johnny Lasagna also being placed on injured reserve. It basically means that player is completely ineligible to be a part of the baseball festivities for the rest of the year, and that includes the playoffs. Don't care if you got Game 7 of the World Series and he's available, you can't use him. That is the deal for you getting the discounts. You have no choice on it if you employ. So everyone understands that when they pull the trigger. Those two players, their 2026 is over. But Red Sox find themselves tied with the Orioles here, who are treading water of late. Yankees trying to turn the corner. They've made some recent trades, sending off Fraser Perez, sending off Trevor Story, and all of a sudden, they've won 3 games. Good for them. Meanwhile, Rays and Jays are off in the distance. Rays are still within 5 here, but definitely have to think they're not thrilled about where they are. Jay's already in the process of starting to break up the band, as you've seen a few trades. If you haven't seen the trades, then you're not in our Discord. And again, join us in the Discord to get the full eMLB experience. Great articles by our GMs, great articles by our player community as well, as they continue to build their talent up. Again, we are getting close to the draft. Draft is going to be on July 17th in game, which means we're about 3.5 weeks away, and that stresses me out because I got so much work to do on it. But I've added another 7 players today, I think. 2 were community created players, so we have more talent that has joined the ranks. And again, in the Discord is where you can see the list of the new players that are created there. On to the AL Central. The Minnesota Twins currently lead the division, 9 games over 500. The Indians are 3 games back. Royals 4 games back from there. Everybody's still within 10, but the White Sox and Tigers, especially the Tigers, who again 1 game away from the postseason last year after having that big lead. Tigers find themselves at the bottom of the division right now and trying to figure out how to get out of this kind of doldrum that they've been in here for almost a full season at this point. For the American League West, probably, without a doubt, the toughest division to be in this season. The Astros, 37-15, 712 winning percentage. They continue to motor on just fine. They've also had to do some injured reserve moves earlier this season. Angels will watch this evening. Angels will look for win number 35 this year, as they will be hosting the Atlanta Braves in action this evening that you'll be watching here on Twitch. The Mariners are 11 games over 500, and you'd think that's a good sign for them. The Mariner Mafia, as we've seen earlier this season, very potent, but it's only good enough for 5.5 back in the division. Well, it gives them the 2nd seat in the AL wildcard at this point, but they still find themselves right in the middle of the division, 3rd place. 11 games over 500 would win any other division right now, but this one, ain't that a big F. Yummy, thank you very much for hitting the follow. Welcome to all of you who've joined us on Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. We'll also add Jason Cleghorn in on that as well. Pinch me BNL. All of a sudden, we are getting spam bombed or spam followed. But we thank you all for doing it.
If you would join us.
Over in the National League East, no, it's too early to care about the wild card, isn't it? It is. Any relation to Foghorn? Who knows? Who knows? I says, who knows? NL East Phillies, 5 games up in over 500 in the division. They find themselves 3.5 ahead of the world champion Washington Nationals. Nationals 2 games under 500 is a big surprise. A team that has the potent offense that they do, has the pitching talent that they are capable of producing, has been struggling. They've lost their last 3 and only won 3 of their last 10. Nationals 2 games under 500, giving the Phillies a little bit of wiggle room here. Mets are behind there at 6.5. Marlins 7 games, and the Braves, who had a tough May, will find themselves in entering June last place in the East, 7.5 back. They will try to get out of the cellar in tonight's game. In the Central, the Cubs won their last 4, 10 games over 500, and 3.5 game lead over the Cardinals as we enter the month of June. Brewers are just a half game back on the Cardinals at 4 games back. Reds a little bit falling back to earth here of late. They had a pretty good start this season. There was a lot of hope springing eternal for the Reds at this point, 25-26. And who could forget the start that the Pittsburgh Pirates had in 2026, 9-0. They started. Since then, they've won 14 games. They've won 1 out of every 3 games that they have played since then. The pace has just massively fallen off. They still claim that they can be competitive, but we will see if that translates here over the coming weeks. As the trade line comes close, will the Pirates be sellers here at this point, or are they going to still try to go for it? Finally, out in the National League West, I know many of you are saying it's not a surprise, but it might be a surprise that the Giants are leading the division 10 games over 500. Again, this is a team that is built for the future. Future might be now, though, when you've got talent like Jandy Ronson on the mound. And of course, hold on, Michael Sean Kane. It just has that effect, that name. So Michael Sean Kane, of course, on the offensive side. 2 big parts of the Giants' future, and the future already now as they lead on the Padres, 2.5 up on them. Don't count Chris Holland and those Dodgers out. He is sneaky with those talents that he's got. He has amassed a very deadly lineup. They are turning the corner here, but they have lost their last 4. Dodgers 4 back. The former world champions back in 2022. Was it 22 or 23? But it was 23. Aaron Silence and the Arizona Diamondbacks are 7 games back in the division to this point. All right, so we got 3 days. We're going to be doing a game of the night here on day 1, so the other 2 days of games will be simmed afterwards offline. I'm just making sure, yep, my Stats Plus is all set, so the Discord will properly populate if you have your permissions in place over there. American League games to look at. Afternoon games first. Yankees will be at Camden Yards taking on the Orioles today. Newly acquired Dakota Donovan, who's been living out of a suitcase, I should say. This is his 3rd team. He was on 3 different teams in 2 weeks. Talk about a guy who is trying to figure out where he's going. Well, so far that answer is New York, as he will be on the hill against the guy who is nicknamed the answer. That's Jorge Soto. Soto, 4-0, 2.53 ERA. The interesting test here for Baltimore is the recent trade. The recent trade that they did of Connor Siebold, who was basically acting as a number 2 after losing. They had lost the nutball, Jim Reed, for the entire season due to his injury in the playoffs last year. They traded him off. Apparently they think Soto's the guy, and he is not disappointing so far. 4-0, 2.53 ERA. That's a 1:35 afternoon game at Camden Yards. Hey, Tanky, a Paul Derringer pull in your last Twitch drop. Pretty cool. Don't know if you got that from here or from Nurse's stream, but hey, congrats. Anyone in here pull the pool holes? Don't lie. Don't BS. Just be honest, because remember, we can go look. Just curious, who's pulled the Pujols? You know, I've got like 3 million packs I don't open because I don't do perfect team. It just don't have the time for it. All the time's focused here, and some of the time that I focus here, I wish I was focusing on doing some more sim racing. There's a reason there's a wheel right in front of me that you can hear. Anyway, more afternoon action at Le Target as the Twins will be hosting the Astros. Again, Astros 37-15 on the season. They're going to send community-created player David Elvis to the hill. He's 1-0 with a 3.72. Brandon Woodruff will oppose him. Woodruff's off to a good year, 5-1 so far this season for Woodruff. Austin Wedgie, how are you, sir? Congratulations to you. Your virtual player is Austin Lynch, and Lynch is playing in Milwaukee at last check. He is in the major leagues with the Brewers. We'll take a peek at that in a moment to reconfirm, but I do know that he has been there. Athletics taking on the Indians today. Shane Bieber looking more like Shane and not Justin on the mound these days. 4-3 with a 4.72. He'll draw Sixto Sanchez as the struggling Athletics come into town. But again, they have been improving under the new tutelage of Kenny Lindbergh. And again, while I'm thinking of it, quick thoughts to all of our friends out in the Southeast who could be impacted by Hurricane Ian. We might not have all of our friends here today. We just want them to be safe. Hey, Jason, not a bot, just wasn't verified, but am now. That's exactly the thing that a bot would say. I am a robot. No, anyway. Welcome. Appreciate having you here. Tigers will be taking on the Royals. Matt Manning, 1-0 on the season, and in the hopes of trying to turn this around. Again, the Tigers have just been a completely different team since the All-Star break of last season. You live in New Hampshire, so you can't be all bad, right? Well, no, you're a fellow neighbor, so howdy, neighbor. Royals will send Trevor McDonald to the hill today. He is 2-2 with a 4.08 ERA. Hello. Well, that is very nice hospitality from our friend Sean Paxler, as he says, hey, welcome, Jason. He just gave a gifted sub over to you, Jason, and what that means to you, you've been invited to create a community-created player here. Have a player that you can create, something for you to keep an eye on here. We just talked about Austin Wedgie's player himself. We have, I think, pushing near 200. We might be a little high on that, but we're getting near 200 total community-created players here in this universe. To get more information on that, join us in our Discord. Create a player. The draft is weeks away. This is a perfect time to do it. Meanwhile, Hebrew, thank you for the gift as well. And if I remember right, you just acquired Lions community created player Smitty Lion, so trying to give him a little bit of a mini boost with that, so thank you for that as well. Could be. So again, if you have a ball of yarn next to your name, if you've been gifted a sub here, you've been invited to create a player, let us tell your story. If you love baseball, you love Out of the Park, and you like the whole concept of a hybrid community created players facing real life players, man, you should see all the players I have been adding into the draft.
I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance.
Aiden decides right away he will do a gifted sub over to Dark Raven. Thank you very much for that. Dark Raven, same invitation to you. Everyone has that's been gifting a sub These are our awesome community that want you to just help expand it, let us have more fun telling stories. You'll see those stories throughout the day, and especially inside of our Discord. So if you've just been gifted a sub, we hope you will follow through. Join us in the Discord. Go to the Creative Player Template section. Declare yourself eligible for the draft. Have a little fun. Something to look forward to, and gives you even more reason to stick around and play some of those mini games. And betting. When we do betting, we don't do the betting that's being shunned upon on Twitch. We do the fun, silly betting for balls of yarn. We're Fluffy Kitty Ninjas after all. Hey, we got games to talk about. Red Sox taking on the White Sox. Which Sox are better? We'll find out. Noah Syndergaard to the hill, 3-4 with a 7.68 ERA. Thor has looked anything but that. He's looked like he's faced hella all season. Of course, if you haven't watched Thor Ragnarok yet, then I'm sorry, I just spoiled it for you. Building a character now. Love it, Tanky.
Building a character now.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I sincerely appreciate that. By the way, for just further information, there is a section in the Discord on how to earn boosts. Bits can count towards that. Cumulative bits over time equal that. So again, we will always be happy to explain it. Not pay for play. Absolutely. We are absolutely just committed that if people support the channel, it's the least we can do in saying thank you and giving you a little bit of extra fun involved as well. Dwight Kaida will be facing off against Syndergaard. Kaida is a 1.0 player, and if you hear us reference 1.0 and you've never been here before, eMLB is a brand I've been running since July 19th of the year 2000. Yes, 22 real-life years ago, I've been doing eMLB in some iteration. This whole Twitch approach is the way I love it the most. I don't run a team. I just commish. The universe is run by our GMs, as well as you guys, as you get to have more control in your players' fate. I'm just here to tell the story and hopefully entertain you guys and have fun. So we're glad you're here. Reds will be taking on the Jays today. Interleague action, one of several games on the docket for that. Kyle Freeland, former Pirate, will be taking the ball for the Reds. He's 2-3 this year with an ERA pushing 7. He's going to take on another big name in the majors, Juan Coelho, the Soldan, California native. Never seen a pitch in the minor leagues to this point in his career. 5-5 with a 4.20, 420s. Hey, I don't partake, but smoke them if you got them. 420 in the ERA for Juan Coelho. That's a 7:07 game up north at the Rogers Center. Texas will host the Rays today at Globe Life Field. Efren Contreras expected to get the ball. He's 4-1 on the year. Hans Kraus will be on the mound for the Rangers. 6-2 on the season. 4.73 ERA. We are good. We hope you are well. Again, you know what, Austin? At some point, I need to double check while I'm thinking of you here. Nope, I was just double checking to see if you had any stored boosts to invest in your player. They've already been invested, so your player's at their current peak, we'll call it that. This is the game of the day, so we'll scoot over to this in a moment. Speaking of those Brewers, here they are. Over to the lineups. Did you get sent down? Oh my goodness. Here I was just welcoming you, and you just got sent down. You're hitting 308 with a homer and 10 RBIs, now 23 years old, but you have been in the majors. Just in case it's better to see it, we'll do it this way. Here is your season so far, 237 with a couple homers and 6 RBI, but our GM, one of our original GMs going back 22 years, Jason Hillman, who's a longtime Brewers fan, he is made the decision to send you down for now. Might be a bit of a service time control, you know. That kind of happens when you do real-life baseball here. When's the deadline for new CCP? I'm going to say 2 weeks. So those of you who have players and want to make one, remember, you're allowed 1 per draft. There's a limit. You can't have more than 5 players total in your arsenal. That's the most I have spread out. Remember, all I am is a virtual player, besides Kamish. So that's the best answer I can give right now. I'll make a more hard deadline as we get closer to it. But right now, I will say we've got 2 weeks. But there's no time like the present, because it will really help me fill the draft pool more. Remember, I'm putting a lot of players that are not in the file I'm scouring through 40-man rosters right now and putting people in as best as I can. There he is, Lions Den. Hey, how are you, buddy? We are doing good. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I sent you a DM recently letting you know that you just got traded to Philadelphia, and Hebrew Hammer, Brian Cohn, our GM there, just gifted you a sub. So he's trying to get you a little boost heading in that direction. Hope you're well. Assume you are having fun with Madden. I assume your 49ers have been of interest to watch to you. Didn't George Kittle just come back, if I remember right? I haven't followed football as close because I didn't do fantasy this year. Kind of feel less stressed, even though it's not as fun. Do you recommend boosting a player in the draft prior to the draft or right after? I can't answer that question. That's a great question, Sharpie, but I can't answer that question because it's strategy. It depends on who you talk to. Naturally, most GMs won't boost their player until they have full control over it. But if you're not a GM, what do you got to lose? Now, everybody's got a chance to acquire you. There's no gentleman's agreements or any of that. There shouldn't be. No attempt collusion. We find that out, that person's out. So it might be the GM too if they're involved on it. So it's an interesting question, but I think the better way to put it is if you invest in your player and you're not a GM, you should invest in your players so that you show your talent, your potential. Yeah, got nothing to lose to boost the player all the time. Yeah, that's pretty fair. And Hebrew telling Lions what he needs from them, so we'll let them have their talk. Brewers again taking on the Mets this afternoon from Citi Field. Madison Bumgarner will be on the hill against former Blue Jay Sean Reed Foley. Reed Foley 4-3 with a low 5 ERA to this point. Cardinals taking on the Dodgers from Busch. Davis Riccos will be on the hill. He's 4-1. Another one with 420. Hey, smoke him if you got him, even if you don't partake, right? Andrew Jenkins, no relation to Leroy. He'll be on the hill. Tough start for his first appearance. 0-1. ERA just a little under 15, but that deserves a... Exactly. Not a good spot to be. Let's see. I know, Kamish. It is on my list to get your boost done. Yes. In the case of grumpy old Brian, who is such a wonderful human being, but hasn't followed through on his boost, all your GMs are saying,
Let's go while we're young.
Pretty much. All right. Mariners will take on the Rockies today in interleague action. That one's at Coors. The Mariner Mafia in Coors. What's your over-under on home runs in that game from Seattle alone? I'd say 3.5. Get off my lawn, youngsters! Justin Fuller, the phenom, the left-hander, 6-1, 2.63 ERA. We'll see if that can stay under 3 when he's in Colorado. Antonio Senzatella will show him how it works. 3-5 with an ERA that's pushing 7. That might actually be good in Coors. Who knows? But that's a 3.10 start there in Colorado. The boosts are in the Discord or telling you how it works. Give me a moment. Let me give you that answer there, Lions. With what you were just gifted, you have 3 boosts officially. 3. In the Discord, there's a how to use that. So let me explain it real quickly in your instance since you're here. 3 boosts, good for 30 points. 9 of those points, 30%, 9 points, can be put towards increasing your potentials. So like you want to boost your power further. But of the 9, no more than half. So I require you to spread it out. That is in the section how to use boosts. So you need to know 3 boosts. That's good for 30 points. 9 of those points can go towards your potential. Read there. Any question, happy to answer it for you. It's easy now. You got it. You got it. For those who have multiple CPs, how do you split up your boost? I'll let those guys defer to that as I continue on towards our game of the day. Diamondbacks will be taking on the Pirates. Trevor Bauer to the mound, 3-3 on the year. He will take the ever sunburnt Santiago Flores. He still needs to work on his SPF. That is one of the worst pictures that we have in our Face Gen files because he's just awful. It's just Stay out of the sun, Santiago. He's 3-2 with a 3.72 ERA. The Nationals will be taking on the Giants at Oracle Field. German Marquez, mid-5 ERA for him. He'll guide the world champions to trying to get back to 500. They enter this one 2 games under 500 at this point. Brad Keller. Don't know if he's the better Keller because both Kellers have had a tough year this year, but Brad is 1-4 with mid-6 ERA. Maybe one of the few blemishes on the Giants' story this particular season. Again, Giants come in 10 games over 500 in the month of June. That's a great sign for them. Cubs will be taking on the Padres at Petco Park. Connor Siebold, who just got acquired there. I don't think he's pitched for the Pods yet. He has not. He was 5-1 with the 4.36 over in Baltimore. Last season, he went 15-12 total between both Kansas City and Baltimore and was a big part of the Orioles getting to the World Series, but still falling to the Nationals in 6. GMs remember to scout Southwest Kansas. No wonder, no clue why Sharpie would say that. Braylon Marquez will be the Cubs pitcher on the day. He's 4-1, 3.21 ERA. Final game on today's out-of-town scoreboard will be the Marlins in South Beach hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. Chris Jones, the 1.0 left-hander, 3-1 with a 3.06. He'll have Sandy Alcantara to contend with. Alcantara is doing pretty good, 5-3 with a mid-3 ERA to this point. We looking for Dorothy? Oh, maybe. And hello, JC. Good to have you here. Nice to see you. All right, with that, we have talked about the out-of-town scorecard. Let's go to tonight's game of the night. Let me get myself off your screen for the moment, because that'll just make you feel a little better. And let me adjust the lineups. But meanwhile, let me... Hello, Aiden. I just saw your whisper. I'm going to adjust the lineups as you requested, out of the park, putting what we've got there. As I set this up, I will then tell the bullpen situation before we bet. Don't forget, stick around, put a bet in to try to win additional balls of yarn. For those of you who are here, remember 2 ways to earn additional boosts besides financial. Bits, subs, donations will always count towards that. Least I can do for your kindness. But the hairballs, aka channel points, as well as the currency of the channel, which is known as as balls of yarn. Yes, 2 things to win. Channel points are hairballs. You can see in the channel points section, if you've been around here enough, that you can turn those in and you can earn some boosts like AZ Axel did. I see your boost. Alex Murray will get a boost for cashing in some of his points. Thank you to all of you who supported the channel. I still don't know officially what it means on Boost, but it says that the channel was promoted 500 times. I have no clue what that means. I really don't. And yes, as Hebrew says, in the Discord, there is a voice section. And at this time, it's not a requirement to be a GM to be in it. You want to get to be part of the community more, you're welcome to join in there. I won't be in there because, boy, won't that be hard to call a game. All right, so we've got Albies. Pearson will come in as the DH instead of Freeman. Riley will slide down to 5 permits. Contreras over Landry and Freeland, with Max Fried on the mound. Oh, dear God. You know, he does that on purpose so that I'm going to do this button.
Cat rule.
Because he thinks it says cat drool. I'll let him just live in his fantasy world. But cats rule around here, sir. Let's look at the bullpen situation so you can factor that in on your bets if you wish. We'll start with Troy Bacon. Bacon did pitch 2 innings of work yesterday against the Giants, just allowed 1 walk during that. Could probably be summoned today if necessary, but assume he might get the day off. Bacon, probably the only guy who is least likely to pitch today. Tristan Beck pitched a few days ago against the Giants, inning and a third, struck out 2. ERA is just south of 6, which is a couple runs higher than last year. He's been more prone to the home run ball this season. He's allowed a bit more walks. Hey, at least he's striking out more people, but it isn't translating to results he's probably thrilled about. He'll continue to get the work and hope to probably get the ball to improve that tonight. Lefty Corbin Klaus, no relation to Hans Kraus because it's CL, not CR. Klaus last pitching when he got the win back on the 28th against the Pirates in a 3-2 victory. Did give up a couple of hits in that instance. Straight 4 ERA for Klaus, who does have 7 saves to tie what he did last season with the Braves, but his ERA noticeably higher from where it has been. He's been old reliable for several seasons, low to mid 2 ERA pretty regularly. So far, not the case.
I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance.
Grumpy, thank you very much, sir, for the gifted sub over to Bella Turtle. That means that Lennon McCartney is going to get a mini boost to work with. Lennon McCartney is one of many players that will be eligible for the upcoming draft. Take your notes, gang. And don't forget, if you don't have a player in this draft yet, but you have a player in the universe, you can have another. JT Ginn from Brandon, Mississippi. Last pitch a couple nights ago against the Giants in a 4-3 loss, inning and a third, did his work. ERA has improved from his brief cup of coffee he had last season with the Braves. He's looking to get back to the spot that he was when he was pitching in Miami prior. Ramon Linares, another lefty out of the pen, the 24-year-old from the Dominican. He throws hard, he throws from the side, and he scares the bejesus out of you. 17 and a third innings of work so far. Just 4 walks allowed to this point from a guy who throws it really hard. Yeah, Grumpy, it's because it was just used in the last 10 minutes. There is a cooldown, so just keep giving it a try. There is a cooldown, and there's a limit on how many times the +3s, or all of them, can be used, but that's it. It should not, well, do you have 25,000 channel points? That might be the other thing. I don't know without looking. Joe Musgrove, 33-year-old from California. His first season with the Braves did start a bit. I have no idea. Unfortunately, I cannot answer that for you. The Moose, last pitching a couple nights ago, the ever-increasing honeydew list, right? 0-4 for Moose so far this year. Last seen 2 1/3, giving up 4 hits and a run against the Giants in a 5-1 defeat. Musgrove definitely been more hittable and allowed a bit more walks so far this year with a whip at 1.67. Gabriel Rodriguez, another lefty in the pen, has not pitched since the 23rd, so he should be ready to go if called upon. Pitched 2 innings, giving up a run. That was a homer back against the Nationals. Still 1.25 ERA for Rodriguez to this point. Finally, Juan Romero, the 22-year-old from Mexico, took a loss back on the 30th as he gave up a home run. That was the difference in the 4-3 game against the Giants. Mid-5 ERA for the rookie, who had not, prior to this season, had not pitched above AA baseball. That's your bullpen situation and the Braves lineup. We'll get back to it in a second. Over to the Angels. Make sure we've got everything as they are asking for it. Nope, we do not. Rengifo is not playing. Shohei Ohtani will come in as a hitter today. Jung, O'Neill, Hamilton Simmons, Brandon Marsh instead of Phil the Thrill, and the cannon. Joseph Tank will catch in place of the $60 million man, Tomoya Mori. Cal Maduro gets the start. We do it anytime that he comes out. Sir Anthony Dominguez will be the first guy we talk about here. He was last seen against the Marlins a couple nights back. 2 innings of work, struck out 2. Still even Steven, not getting the closes that he used to back in his Phillies days, but he's still a very important part of this bullpen. This Angels bullpen comes second in the American League to this point with a 2.99 ERA. Riley Farrell, the 32-year-old from College Station, Texas, 0-1 on the year and definitely wants a redo on his last appearance back on the 29th. Didn't get anybody out, walked 1, allowed 2 hits, and they all scored. Boy, does that bruise your nice ERA. Farrell will be looking to change that around, should be available tonight if necessary. Ryan Helsley recently had his first victory on the year, pitched yesterday, inning in a third, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Should be available, but probably on a shorter lease for Helsley. Helsley already pitched more than half of what he has the past 2 seasons. Francis Martez, the right-hander from the Dominican, 30-year-old who still throws upper 90s. He's won 5 games so far this season, including the one back on the 27th. Hey, give up 2 home runs, allow 3 hits on an inning and 2/3, still get the victory. Piece of cake, right? Estelan Ortiz, the 27-year-old from the Dominican, hasn't pitched in about a week and a half. Back on the 19th, where he was part of the 10-1 defeat against the White Sox. 2 earned runs allowed in an inning of work. Ortiz should be very rested, hopefully not too rusty if he gets the ball tonight. Connor Sadzik, been mostly in the American League West in his career. He's been with Seattle, he's been with Texas, he's been with the Angels, and for some reason he went north to the Blue Jays for a bit. 3.94 ERA in 16 innings of work. He's used to a bigger workload and hasn't been called upon yet. We'll see if the Angels start to loosen the load and give him a bit more work. Sadzik, 34-year-old from Crystal Lake. Tanner Scott, the former Oriole. Got to stop saying that because it's been 3 seasons now. 6 saves so far this year. ERA, half the ERA it used to be. 1.70 ERA in 37 innings of work. He has been improving on the walk front. His walk-to-9 ratio is 1.6 points lower than it is last season. When you go from 5.5 to 3.9, that is going to be a noticeable improvement for you. Scott heading in the right direction. Did go 2 1/3 in yesterday's game. Struck out 5. You know what that is? Any reliever who strikes out 5, that's Godzilla mode. Absolutely. Good work, Tanner Scott. Probably not likely to see him tonight, though. And finally, AJ Minter will be facing his former mates for the Braves. Minter, who amassed 238 saves in his career as a member of the Braves, will be facing his old team this evening. Minter last appeared on the 29th against the Marlins, when an inning and 2/3, allowing a walk. Tom. Oh, okay. It's the Sadier loss. I wasn't sure. Did I say something you didn't like about your team? I'm sure I did, but it's the usual taking a loss against Sadier that you are upset about. All right, gang. Here's the betting part of the show. Before we get underway, here's what you do. If you can hear my voice and you really want to be a part of this universe, especially towards your virtual player, then you'll want to do the betting part, because the bets give you a chance to win balls of yarn. Balls of yarn are the currency of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. That's why you see people playing mini games, fighting Hong Kong Phooey, raiding the craft store, doing free-for-alls, etc., etc., and dueling each other, which in Tom's case is a constant loss. You know what I mean? Here's how the bets work. All you do, in chat, write down which team you think wins and how many runs does the winning team score. That's right. So keep an eye. Wind is blowing right to left tonight at 7 miles an hour, and it is a comfortable 71 degrees here in Los Angeles. Do like you just saw Sir Pug do. He put down LAA in 7. So here's how it works. If you bet between now and the end of the first inning, and you're right at the end of the night, you'll win 75 balls of yarn. If you put your bet in the second inning and you pick the right team, you still win, but only 50 balls of yarn. Your last chance to win this evening. Any balls of yarn in the betting portion of the show is by the third out of the bottom of the third inning. A third inning bet can get you 25 balls of yarn if you are right. But please note, if you pick the wrong side at any time, it will cost you 25 balls of yarn. Now that number you put in, that's separate. It doesn't care which team you pick. It only cares if you got it right. That is the number for how many runs the winning team scores. Not how many runs they win by, and not how many total runs for both teams. How many runs does the winning team score to win tonight's game? If you nail the number, you get 50 balls of yarn. If you don't nail the number, no harm, no foul. So you picked the wrong team and lost 25 balls of yarn. Oh, shucky darns. But you nailed the number, then you got 50 balls of yarn. You still finish the night plus 25. Whoop, whoop. That's how the betting works. Best of luck to you all. Sadier 420 in the chat will be logging your bets. As always, thank you for doing that, Sadier. Here's the starting lineups for tonight's eMLB Game of the Night, powered by the Out of the Park Baseball 23 engine. eMLB Baseball in 4 different universes has proudly used the Out of the Park engine going all the way back to Out of the Park 5. Tonight, the commish is fueled by Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Hey, why not spoil myself before I go out of town, right? Sam Adams Oktoberfest, probably my favorite beer to drink. Although I hate the season because it just reminds me that the snow is coming. And finally, you're watching this live on the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show, or you might be watching this on Memorex, on a VOD, on YouTube. Yep, we've got an eMLB Baseball Universe channel on YouTube. We're looking to see you hit that subscribe button there. Remember, that don't cost you a dime.
I'm Optimus Prime.
Well, hello, serial killer. And I will send the apologies on behalf of Serial Killer, as he just dropped Optimus Prime on all of you, and you've all just become pancakes. But remember, in the chat, you're a Fluffy Kitty Ninja, and that means that you're a cartoon character. So all you have to do is just blow on your thumb and you'll pop right back up. Good to see you again, Scott. Thank you for the gifted Amazon Prime. And again, if you did not know that you've got the Amazon Prime, that means you've got Twitch Prime. You just got to connect your accounts. And there's how you do it. You can sub to one channel every 30 days at no additional cost to you. So when you use it here, we are very appreciative. Namaste, sir. Here's your starting lineup tonight for the Braves. They come into this one. They went 10-19 in the month of May. Most offensive categories, they find themselves at the bottom 5. However, the bullpen has been one of their bright spots, a 3.5 ERA to this point. Alex Verdugo, the reigning batting champion from the American League, who got traded from the Orioles to the Braves. Not looking like a batting champion here at this point. .216 average coming into game tonight, but he does have a 6-game hitting streak. We'll talk about that shortly. He's leading off in left field tonight. Ozzie Albies will be your second baseman, batting second. He's not hitting very well on the road. He'll try to improve on that. Antonio Alvarez, that does not look like what he did all last season to be a Rookie of the Year contender. Barely keeping it over the Mendoza line. It's even worse when he's on the road. Guess what? We're on the road tonight. Not good. Hill's in right field, batting third. Aiden Pearson, one of the community-created players we keep talking about. He's created by Rays Rules 9107. Aiden Pearson will be the DH tonight, the number 11 prospect in eMLB. Only 7 walks in 40 games so far. He hasn't met a pitch he hasn't liked. He's pretty much a free swinger to this point. He'll be your cleanup man and the DH. Austin Riley is at first base tonight. He's got 4 hits in his last 2 games. He'll bat 5th in this one. Johnny Burnett's a lot of potential in this batter. Hit just a 176 clip to this point. Burnett's in center field, batting 6th. William Contreras will catch tonight with Pearson as the DH. Contreras under 200 average on the year. The Venezuelan batting 7th. Alex Freeland, the rookie from Cape Coral, Florida. No errors in his first 3 weeks in the majors. Remember, he's a shortstop, so that's pretty impressive. But the bat has not come around yet. He'll bat 8th over at short. Ha 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 ha! Jacques Landry, welcome back. C'est bienvenue. Landry suffered a elbow contusion, and he was on the IR for a bit, did some rehab in the minors. He is now back in the majors, activated today, 300 average. Has a 26 game, yes, that's right, 26 game on base streak, as well as a 3-game hitting streak coming into this one. We'll see if he has any rust. He'll bat 9th over at 3rd. Speaking of rust, Max Fried is a shell of what he has been in the past. 1-7 record, 5.59 ERA. The free agent to be is seeing his highest home run per 9 ratio, his highest walk per 9 ratio, and his lowest K per 9 ratio. That's not going to help you make some bucks when the offseason comes, Max. However, on the road, he's 1-2 with a 3.92 ERA. We'll see if the cooking in Los Angeles will be good for him tonight. For the Angels, leading off, Matthew Lugo will get the start at second. The Puerto Rican hitting pretty good at home. He'll lead it off at second base. Mike Trout, tied for 16th all-time in eMLB history. 555 home runs, tied with Manny Ramirez. Does he break the tie tonight? 15 homers already this season for the ageless one, the Big Fish, batting 2nd in center field. Johnny Almanroca from North Haven, Connecticut. The rookie is unfortunately 0 for his last 9, but since being put in the number 3 spot, he's been hitting a crisp .275 with 4 homers and 12 RBI and 40 at-bats. Think he likes batting sandwiched between Trout and Ohtani? I think so. Speaking of, Shohei Ohtani will be your DH tonight. The 31-year-old had a decent May to get his average back up. Keeps producing like that, he'll have a phenomenal year. He had 10 home runs and 20 RBI to go with a .268 average in the month of May. Josh Jung. Jung has been struggling with the bat of late. .227 average coming into this one. He'll be in his familiar number 5 spot over at 3rd. Tyler O'Neill will bat 6th in right field. Andrelton Simmons, the most recent joinee of the 2000 hit club, as he got his 2000th hit against Tampa Bay back on May 26th. Today is June 1st for reference. Since then, what's he done? He's just gone 9 for 18 with a double and 5 RBI. He's been a hitting machine of late. He's got a team option next season at $18 million. I don't know, that's looking pretty affordable right now. We'll see what the Angels think later this year, but for tonight, Simmons is the number 7 hitter over at short. Brandon Marsh is in left field, batting 8th. He had 2 solo home runs yesterday against Jake Willis and the Marlins to improve his average to 196. He'll try to keep that groove going tonight in left, batting 8th. And the cannon, Joe Tank, just 44 at-bats so far this year for the Potomac, Maryland native, but when he gets the call, he's done well. 295 average to this point. Tank, behind the dish, batting 9th. Cal Maduro. Maduro comes into this season the 24th best prospect in eMLB, just traded from the Royals back on April 26 in a 4-for-1 deal. Maduro will make his 4th start. He's 0-0 with a 5.4 ERA. His last start against the Rays, 5 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 4 and didn't walk anybody. That's your matchups for tonight. Continue to put your bets in. I will come back live. Why'd you do that? All right. Anyway, let's get ourselves over to Angel Stadium at Anaheim for tonight's game of the night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is eMLB Game of the Night, And another case of widgets won't work. Alex, why do I always have to turn my widgets back on? Why don't they just stay on? I don't change anything. Hashtag grumble grumble. Anyway, welcome to the eMLB Game of the Night. Commish LB here with you, getting ready to call the action in this evening's eMLB After Dark Game of the Night between the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Angels. Let's look at the lineup for the Angels this evening, shall we? We will start in left field. Brandon Marsh is out there, Gold Glove winner and always exciting Mike Trout in center field. Tyler O'Neill will be in right. Third base has Josh Jung over there. Gold Glove winning Andrelton Simmons is over at short. Matthew Lugo is your second baseman, and Johnny Roca is over at first. Joseph Tank will be the catcher tonight. Tomoya Mori getting the night off. And on the hill, the recently acquired 24-year-old Ruben from Arenestad. I believe I said it right. Arenestad? I will get it right at some point. It is Cal Maduro. Maduro recently acquired in a trade with the Royals. Going the other way to the Royals was Trevor McDonald, Pete Crow Armstrong, BJ Parker, and Art Wyman in a 4-for-1 deal that brings Maduro here to Anaheim. So far, fourth appearance on the season for him. No record, 5.4 ERA. He's gone 15 innings while giving up 19 hits. 9 earned runs with 2 of those as homers. Just 1 walk so far to this point from Maduro and 12 strikeouts. He features 3 predominant pitches. Fastball will touch 100, so he throws upper 90s regularly. He'll complement that with a slider and a changeup. Again, it's his second season in the majors, but he's still officially a rookie. He's a former international free agent signed in 2018 by the Royals. With that, let's get our first batter into the night. Alex Verdugo will be your batter. The now 30-year-old from Tucson, Arizona, and your reigning American League batting champion, now his 3rd batting crown. Not looking anything like his 365 average last year, down to a 216 average to this point, with 5 home runs and 12 RBI. Verdugo hitting just 189 in the month of May. So here's how this works. Again, you'll see me look this way a lot. I am looking to see what my GMs are doing. You're watching a live managed online league game of a traditional online league with a twist. I am the commish. I don't run a team. I don't make any decisions except support the league and make sure everything is upright, functional, and in the best interest of all 30 teams involved. Soon to be 32 teams. Remember, we will be expanding next year, and we've got the GMs already in place. So tonight's GMs and managers. Rays Rules 9107. That is Aiden Pearson. He is a broadcaster. Called games predominantly for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles this past year. And got to rub elbows with LaRon Smith a fair amount. Hopefully you are safe where you are, Aiden, at this point. He is your Braves GM and manager for this game. And Thomas Falsone, former world champion Tom Falsone. He is your Los Angeles Angels GM and manager. He is Omaze13 in the Discord. I'll be seeing what they say. So when no one's on base, we'll go right to the result. When runners are aboard, we'll go pitch by pitch. They'll be telling me what to do, and I'll be calling a story. We hope you enjoy what you see. Game is ready to go. Once again, thank you for your attendance. Cheers, everybody. We'll start with a 3-1 pitch. Game of the night on the way. The 3-1 pitch. That one is going to miss just outside, and Maduro will start the game off with a walk, as Verdugo will get over to first. He still has the good eye, of course, while he still continues to lead off. That'll put the switch hitting second baseman from Curacao in. It's Ozzie Albies. Albies, not a bad season for him. 10th season in the majors, hitting .263 with 9 home runs, 24 RBI. And pitch by pitch is on. Instructions are in. First pitch from Maduro will miss just low as he goes with a slider inside ball one. Just underway here from Angels Stadium of Anaheim. Quick reminder on the balls of yarn: for every 1,000 balls of yarn you have, you can use exclamation boost, and that will use 1,000 balls of yarn to give your player a boost. If you have 5,000 balls of yarn, you can use exclamation mega, and for the price of 5 boost, you'll get an extra. You'll get 6 for the price of 5. Don't forget, you got also the ability to use channel points, which we call hairballs around here. That is another of many ways that you can work on your player in the MLB universe. 1-0 pitch comes inside, too far in. Another slider will miss. 2 balls, no strikes. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jason, not sure if you saw, but Austin Wedgie in the chat, that is, he is the creator of your Austin Lynch, who's in AAA for you, that you had in the majors. And Austin, J Hill 8484 is day one, meaning he's been around eMLB for 22 years. And Jason Hillman, he is your GM. You two can get to know each other that way. 2-0 pitch. That one's taken all the way. Gets the outer half. Strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike to Albies. Albies, now his 10th season in the majors, all with the Braves. He was originally signed as an international free agent back in 2013. Yes, anyone in the path of Ian, please be safe. The 2-1. Too far away. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. We mentioned at the top of the show that Maduro has had good control coming in. Just 1 walk so far, but he's already allowed a walk. And now 3 balls, 1 strike here to Albies. The 3-1 pitch is, oh, it got called by a strike. That might have been a nice frame job there from Joe Tank. Hey, holy crap, you just scared the bejesus out of all of us, Danny. We are thrilled to have you here. All we care about is you're safe, because I hate to say it, a lot of us were faring the worst because you just vanished. But we're happy to see you. Glad the family is doing well. What a wild ride it is. That's like Sean Paxler says. We can't say it any better than we're just so glad to hear from you, period. That's all we care about. Nice to have you back. I hate that I had to replace you as the A's GM, though, but just seeing you right is a plus. Good to see you again. 3-2 pitch. Lifted towards right center field. Trout moving over. Also getting there near there. Was O'Neill? There's Danny coming in, and oh, well, that's Sean Paxler doing the gifted sub over to Danny. Just noticed that after the fact. Appreciate that, Sean. It threw me off because I was just getting ready. I said that I would do this from time to time. You had Trout and O'Neill getting close to each other, so... Boy, they're rude to each other out there. But the catch is made. Verdugo gets back to first. We got our first out on the day now. Got thrown off by the whole gifted sub there. Wanted to do that a little bit more right on cue. 2 years, a month, and 2 weeks. I forgot I had that follow age command. Antonio Alvarez, the 25-year-old from Cuba, will come in. What a heck of a year he gave us last year. 299 with 33 home runs. Just a 208 clip here in a sophomore slump with 7 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Jandy actually is now 8-0. I have updated the site since, Danny. Both Stats Plus. Oh my God, what is the command? There's the actual website, and there's Stats Plus in itself for eMLB coverage for any of you who like to bookmark. First pitch to Alvarez, line to third. That's going to get by Jung for a base hit as he smoked that into left. Verdugo will stop at a second. And Alvarez, just like that, launches one into left. How to put 2 on with 1 out, and here comes the young catcher, the captain, Aiden Pearson. 22-year-old from Sarasota, Florida, checks in hitting .229 on the year with 10 home runs and 18 runs batted in. You know, since Danny's not a GM now, he said he wasn't going to put a player in if he was GMing because he was the A's, and the A's have the #1 pick. He's not a GM now, so if he wants to create a player, draft's right around the corner. Just saying. Meanwhile, Tranquil's like, no, don't give him any ideas. Have him wait a year.
Great horny toad!
Oh, dear God. Jason Hillman says, hey, guys, get a little bit of Dancing Yosemite Sam. Thank you, Jason. 10 gifted subs just got thrown around. Who got the love here with all the bonnets? Tech 15, Jake P, J Silvera, ITC Monk, Erie GM, version 2. That's his second account. Nersha got a boost. Gravestock, B Hambells, awesome, and John DFW. Jason, thank you very much. Taking advantage of the September giving you the discount. I'd wait a year. See, and Tranquil, remember, there's no guarantee that the Expos get the #1 pick. You could get the #2 pick. So, so then you'll tell Danny to make a half-ass player, right? First pitch to Pearson in the dirt. Good block by Tank to make sure that one didn't get by for ball 1. Yes, again, draft is coming right on the cusp, so if you've just recently got a gifted sub, again, you have been invited to create a player. Let us tell your story. We got community-created players like Aiden Pearson up right now. We've got plenty around the universe that we would love to continue to tell the story. The 1-0. That one's inside, went off speed on it. It's 2 balls and no strikes. No. Can't create 2 players in a draft. Can only do 1. I'm setting that as a definite. Can't do that again. It's only 1 player per draft per person. Poor Tranquil's like, Monka S. Tranquil will be like, feels bad, man. The 2-0. He'll go swing after that one. Might have been a little fooled by the fastball as he rifles it down the right side, but out of play. Yes, what Gorgo says. Hey, and by the way, I just realized. Hi, Gorgo. Gorgo's in the Braves organization.
I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance.
And just like that, Aiden says, I gotta take care of my own, and he gives the sub over to Gorgo. The Gorgolicious Booty Whompers also in the universe, looking to thump away for the Braves here in the future. 2-1 pitch to Pearson comes from Maduro. He swings and misses. He fools him with the off-speed pitch there. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Verdugo is at second. Antonio Alvarez is your runner at first. The pitch to Pearson. Swing and a miss. Stays off speed with him, gets him to chase out the zone, and he'll go down for the count. That's first strikeout on the day for Cal Maduro. Will get us the second out of the inning. And that'll give Austin Riley an opportunity to do some 2-out damage here. Riley, the 29-year-old from Memphis, Tennessee, normally a third baseman, today playing first, hitting .263 on the year with 17 home runs and 33 runs batted in. First pitch comes. That one about the same location as he did with Pearson, but doesn't get Riley's attention on that one. Ball one. Riley in his 7th year in the majors signed a 5-year extension in the offseason to stay with Atlanta. 1-0 pitch comes inside. It won't catch the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Shift is on Matthew Lugo, the second baseman, playing straight up behind the bag here as they try to get the shift in place. Curious if OOTP 24 will follow the rules of MLB and not allow to have 3 players shifted. But the shift in eMLB or in out of the park doesn't put a player in the outfield automatically anyway. Or at least graphic-wise it doesn't show it. 2-0 pitch. He went after that one and he'll foul it off. 2 balls and 1 strike. Had the green light. Pretty good pitch. Just didn't connect with it. 2-1 delivery. Another swing and a miss. Missing a lot of bats here so far for Maduro. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Angels trying to get out of this top 1 without any damage. The 2-2 pitch. Low and ball 3. Everybody's going to be off on the 3-2 pitch here with a couple outs. Three-two pitch. Runners go. This one's in the left and past Jung for a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to try for 2 as they were running, and they will get it. Alvarez comes in behind Verdugo, and Austin Riley will get a 2-run double here to make it a 2-0 ball game. 1 out away. Tried to get, look at where that pitch was. Low and away, and he just hacked it. Just absolutely hacks it just beyond the reach of Josh Jung. Not the best glove over at third. Riley will get his 6th double on the season. RBI 34 and 35. We got a 2-0 ball game. Johnny Burnitz will be your number 6 hitter. The 24-year-old from De Pere, Wisconsin, will enter play hitting .176 with 5 home runs and 11 RBI. Only guy who produces. Yes, unfortunately, I think you're right. Well, Landry's having an all right season before he got hurt. We'll see if he can pick it back up for you. First pitch, right down Broadway, called strike 1. No boss. Not yet. No boss. Have to clean up the mess from you guys always beating the crap out of Hong Kong Fooey. Gotta fill him with stuffing at this particular point to keep him upright and functional. The 0-1 pitch. This is just inside. Didn't miss by much. Oof. Could have been a called strike 2, but it's a 1-1 count. Num. Good deal. Thank you for the clip, Denbrew. I appreciate that. Those clips that are done also will be featured in our Discord, and at some point, we keep planning to do it, we're going to set up a YouTube short clip section in our baseball universe. So again, we really appreciate those of you who choose to join us on YouTube, because again, we've got some great content there that's exclusive on our YouTube channel, including our Here's Why You're Wrong team, which Aiden Pearson, our Braves GM, is part of, as well as our eMLB Insider podcast. They just released their May show just today. 1-1 to Burnitz. He goes up, little chasing on a 100-mile-an-hour pitch there. He'll hook it foul. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. New episode coming soon. Needed some time off. Yeah, you guys were cranking for a while, so I understand taking the break. You also have been busy yourself doing what I'm doing right now for real, which makes you the professional. I'm just the dunce. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Burnitz. The pitch from Maduro tries to go off speed, but Burnitz stays with it, just fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. 27 pitches already for Maduro early on in this game. A 1-2 delivery towards center field. Mike Trout moves over to his right, settles under it, and will make the catch to retire the side. Austin Riley will crank a double into left field to score a couple. That'll be the difference in this game to get her started halfway through the first. Braves got 2, Angels coming up. Don't forget, if you haven't bet yet, this is the time for you to do so. If you think the Braves are going to hold the lead before this first inning is done, get your bets in now, because that's 75 balls of yarn for you. Bottom of the first here in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta, we're in Los Angeles against Atlanta. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Braves, though. Alex Verdugo will be in left field. Johnny Burnitz is your center fielder, and Antonio Alvarez is in right. Jacques Landry is at third base. Alex Freeland is at short. Ozzie Albies is your second baseman, and Austin Riley over at first. Behind the dish tonight is William Contreras. On the hill is the 32-year-old from Santa Monica, California, the left-hander, Max Fried. Maximus, 11th appearance on the year. It's been a tough one this year. 1-7, 5.59 ERA to this point. 48 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 56 hits, 30 earned runs, while allowing 9 home runs already for a guy who tries to keep the ball on the ground. That's a big number for him. He's walked 22 batters and struck out 36. Opponents are hitting 286 off of Fried so far this year. His career opposing batting average against is 233, so it's been a tough year for Fried. He'll throw 3 pitches, mid-90s with the fastball, complements that with a curveball and a changeup. If we can ever find a way, would love to join you in the booth for a game. We can figure that out. Let's talk outside of this. Alrighty. With that, we are ready to go. Matthew Lugo will start us off for the Angels. The Puerto Rican, 25-year-old, 4th year in the majors for him, enters play hitting 287 with a home run and 8 runs batted in. He's like the home cooking so far, hitting 333 in 40 at-bats here at Angel Stadium. 3-0 pitch coming from Fried. Not a good sign for Fried's start tonight. He's going to miss, not by much, but it's a 4-pitch walk to Matthew Lugo.
Just a bit outside.
Yes, it is. Lugo will be aboard at first, and always a potential threat to steal. Hasn't had a good start to the year. He was 17 out of 19 in stolen bases last year. So far, just 1 steal in 3 attempts this year, so tough start for Lugo. Mike Trout. 34-year-old Trout, 267 average this season, 15 home runs, 32 RBI. Comes into tonight 555 career home runs. That ties him with Manny Ramirez for 16th all-time in eMLB history. Fried gets into the set. Riley keeping Lugo close. First pitch, it'll be a quick check over at first, but Lugo dives back in safely. First pitch, that one's in there, called strike 1. Lugo does a little dipsy-do, but stays over at first. No balls and 1 strike. Trout right in the middle of that big 12-year deal that he signed. He is signed through 2030, making about $35 million a year, which might be a bargain for the production he still continues to do. The 0-1, that one floats in there for the strike. The throw down to second is going to be in time, and William Contreras is going to throw him out. Lugo's woes in steal attempts continues, as that is now 1 steal in 4 tries caught for his 3rd time on the year. That's actually the first batter that Contreras has caught all season so far. Now 1 out with an 0-2 count. No one's on base, so we'll go right to the result. The 1-2. Towards right center field, well struck and absolutely crushed. And Mike Trout, just like that, has taken 16th place all time on his own. Home run number 556 in the career of the Big Fish, Mike Trout. He will cut the lead in half. It's a 2-1 ball game. And yes, that's why you don't steal in front of Trout. He probably hit that home run in spite and glared at Lugo on the way back into the dugout. Who knows? Johnny Roca, the 24-year-old from North Haven, Connecticut, will come in. The guy nicknamed Almond Roca enters play hitting .226 on the year, 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in for the rookie. Former 2nd-round draft pick by the Tigers back in 2021 out of Trinity Christian College in Texarkana, Arkansas. Tranquil in with his bet. 2-2 pitch to Roca. Called strike 3. Did not like the call, but that looked like a pretty fair pitch. Max Fried gets the victory there.
Fatality.
Good recovery as he gets beautiful changeup right on the outer half at the knees. Call strike 3. First strikeout on the day for Max Fried. Danny D. Smith is back. I don't know if he's still here, but Danny is back. We're happy to see him. That's all we care about, is we've heard from him, because he was sorry, Danny, you ghosted us for a while. Life gets in the way, but you ghosted us. You didn't even say hi. All right, Shohei Ohtani, the 31-year-old from Iwate, Japan, the two-way phenom, continues to be impressive on both sides of the dish. Tonight, he will be a batter. .230 average on the year for him, 17 home runs and 33 RBI. He has had a good month of May to kind of turn things around. He hit .268 with 10 homers and 20 RBI. You know, it always drives me nuts. I want to talk about Ohtani's numbers. He's off from his Cy Young year 2 years ago, but still 4-3 with a 4.29 ERA. Still respectable numbers, so he's still keeping up. All right, with 2 outs, nobody on, the 1-2 pitch from Fried to Ohtani. Checks the swing, they appeal. They got him. They say he went. And that will retire this side. Max Fried gets a couple strikeouts to get out of the inning, but not before Mike Trout makes history and gets his 556th home run, his 16th of the year, and now has sole possession, 16th all time, as he just passed Manny Ramirez. That solo shot makes this a 2-1 ball game. Let's get to the second. Hey, Jay Silvera, you just got a gifted sub earlier, which means you've been invited to create a community player in the draft. Remember, draft is coming up. We make a big deal of this draft here. A lot of pomp, a lot of circumstance. It is a big part of the show because more often than not, it's about you guys, and why not? We love having fun doing it. So, get those players in. Second inning underway, which means all bets now have a maximum 50 balls of yarn that you can win. To bet. If you can hear my voice and you haven't done so yet, write in the chat which team you think wins, how many balls of yarn, or how many runs does a winning team score. I just saw how many balls of yarn that Ken had. Hey Ken, where's Lionel? I'm just waiting for you to summon him. William Contreras will be the batter, bottom third of the order coming up here against Cal Maduro, who had a tough first inning. Contreras on the season hitting .190 with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Oh my God, did my eyes deceive me? Did Tom beat Sadier? Tom beats Sadier. Oh my goodness. Will wonders ever cease? I got it. Well, look at it this way. If you use the Mega, you get 5 boosts. To create a switch hitter, costs you 5 boosts. But you'll get 6 boosts. But it costs you 5 to create a switch hitter, so you'll have enough on whether or not to do it. So it's just a matter of activating the Mega. But until you use it, it's stored. It don't count. 1-0 pitch from Maduro. Lifted to right field, shallow, going back. Lugo gets right in front and makes the catch. Lugo and O'Neill were on a crash course for each other, but O'Neill dodges him. Lugo makes the catch. See, he covered a lot of distance. That'll be the first out. 1 out, that'll put the rookie Alex Freeland in. Correct. It's just a matter of when you activate the Mega. Hey, Grumpy, if you're still here, does it still tell you that you can't? There we go. Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. Lion-O has been summoned. You know, they are the cousins of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas after all. They just spanked them samurai dogs to get GT's Sundown the Mega Boost. That's a +6 for the cost of 5 balls of yards. Congratulations on that. Freeland's 200 average. No homers and 4 RBI. No, you have to do it at the time of creating the player, Tranquil. So you can't switch a player to switch later. I've decided that I don't think that's a good idea to do. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Had a brain fart on what button I was hitting there for a sec. Second strikeout on the day for Cal Maduro. Gets the second out here of the inning. That'll get us the return of Jacques Landry. Welcome back, Jacques. Former 1.0 legend, the Montreal Canadian, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, hitting 300 this year with 3 home runs and 13 RBI in his first season as a member of the Braves, the former Royal, and the former 1.0 star who had 295 home runs back in his 1.0 years. 2-2 pitch to Landry. Swing and a miss. Blows it right by him as he comes in on him. That will retire the side. Cal Maduro gets a 1-2-3 inning to retire the Braves here in the top of the second. We go bottom of the second. Braves still lead 2-1. Bottom of the second we go, and that'll get the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Angels. We'll start it off with the Texan, Josh Jung. Jung, the 28-year-old now from San Antonio, Texas, 5th season in the majors. Actually saw Josh Jung's first career Major League home run real life. Boy, he had a really nice swing. Kind of what we're used to seeing him do here in eMLB. Do we know something? I guess we do. Anyway, Jung, 28-year-old from San Antonio, hitting just 227 this year with 7 home runs and 25 RBI. He is a career 246 hitter with 115 home runs in his 5-year career. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Comes inside, goes off speed with him, and he will get him. Max Fried starting to find the groove as he struck out 3 straight batters here since the Trout homer. We've got 1 out here, bottom of the second. Tyler O'Neill, the defensive star, comes in Always a threat on the power side, but still struggles with the connection. Just 202 on the year with 5 home runs and 20 runs batted in for the 30-year-old Canadian from Vancouver. O2 pitch from Fried. Checks the swing appeal. They got him. Max Fried is suddenly racking up the strikeouts. 4 strikeouts in a row for him. This is looking more like vintage Max Fried. The man nicknamed Maximus. Former 17-game winner back in 2022. 2 outs now, and that'll bring in Andrelton Simmons. Simmons got to his 2000th hit not even a week ago, back on May 26th against the Rays. Now the newest member of the 2000 hit club. He has had 9 hits since. Since then, he's 9 for 18 with a double and 5 RBI. Got his average up to 273 on the year. 5 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Simmons has passed both Jim Fergosi and Darren Erstad on the all-time Angels hit list, now 5th all-time in Angels history with total hits in an Angels uniform. Finally sitting down back home. 0-1 pitch to Simmons. Hard shot over to third. A little bit of a bobble there from Landry, and that one is going to be an E5. Go! Had it very easily, although a little bit of a bad hop on him, but an easy playable ball for him. It's going to be registered as an error to Landry. Simmons will get aboard. Hey, Ben. Simmons gets aboard here with 2 outs. That'll bring in the number 8 hitter, Brandon Marsh. Marsh with 2 home runs in yesterday's game against the Marlins. They were solo shots off of Jake Willis. The Buford, Georgia native now hitting 196 with 6 home runs and 16 RBI. Fried was just finding a groove here. We'll see if that error is going to throw him off now. First pitch swung on with the curveball, fouled it off. That curveball hung. That could have been very dangerous, but he'll get away with it for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That one at the knees. Yes, it is at the knees. Call strike 2. Quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Marsh. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Taps it right off the plate. Stays foul. And he'll stay alive. 0-2. Again, quick programming note, normally Thursday night is our next night, but I am going to be out of town for business conference, so this is our last stream of the week. Next broadcast will be Sunday, but it will not be our Coffee with the Commiss edition due to my son's hockey schedule. We don't have the official time, but I'm expecting at least 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is the latest I will start us. May start sooner, but 6 o'clock Eastern time is a likely plan. For more information, check our Discord or our socials, where you can follow me also on Twitter, and we will keep people posted there as well. The 0-2 to Marsh. Comes inside, just a fraction inside. That one was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets him to go outside the zone, and he will bring him down.
Hey, bada, swing, bada.
5 strikeouts on the day now for Max Fried. That will retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the second. top of the third now. My bad. Top of the third, we will go. It's Braves 2, Angels 1, which means this is your last chance to get bets in for today, the third inning. Once it's over, no more bets. So, if you want to try to get, how close are we to Godzilla mode? Well, you need 7 strikeouts normally to get Godzilla mode. So we're getting there. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. It's a pretty good start. Top of the third we go. Remember, to get your bets in, all you got to do is in chat. Write down which team you think will win and how many runs will the winning team score. Third inning bets will win you 25 balls of yarn if you're right. And if you nail the number, a bonus 50 balls of yarn. Top of the order will start us off here in the third. We got Verdugo, Albies, and Alvarez. Verdugo will start us off. He took a walk and scored in his first at bat. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Comes inside with the heat. 100 miles an hour on the gun from Cal Maduro. Not much you can do with that, but pray you get a piece. He does not. He did chase the pitch a bit, but it's the 4th strikeout on the day now for Cal Maduro. 1 out here, top of the third. Aussie Albies, your batter. Albies, 0 for 1. First pitch he sees, hits it to center field. Trout kind of ranges on it, thinks he's got a good read. He does, pulls it in for the second out. 2 quick outs here in the top of the third for Cal Maduro. That'll put Antonio Alvarez in. Alvarez had a base hit into left in his first at bat. He also scored. He was the second run scoring off the Austin Riley double. The 2-1. To center field, pretty well struck. Trout is going back, still going back, but this one is way gone. 33 home runs in his rookie campaign. He's had a bit of a sophomore slump, but with swings like that, that'll change quick. 8th home run of the year for Antonio Alvarez. He extends the lead. It's 3-1. And runs, welcome. I'm new to the OOTP community. I was wondering if you guys knew if there was a way to watch perfect team playoff games. Some streamers replay their games as they're going. Like Capcom does a lot of streaming on Sundays. You can also watch on Sundays on the parent channel Out of the Park Developments for that. Here you're watching a franchise universe, a traditional online league, but it is fully involved with the people that are here. So Gorgo's giving you some other suggestions as well too. All right, onward we go. Aiden Pearson will be the batter. Pearson, 0 for 1. The 1-0. This one's hit to right field, fairly well struck, but plenty of room out there for Tyler O'Neill, who will pull it in, and he will make the play to retire the side. And Rons, thank you for hitting the follow button. Appreciate that. Side is retired, but not before Antonio Alvarez showed why he was a Rookie of the Year candidate last year. Long ball to center field. Makes this a 3-1 ball game. Let's go to the bottom of the third, where again, this is your absolute last chance to bet on tonight's game before the third out of the bottom of the third. Get your bets in to try to win some balls of yarn. Hey, Pirate, I just saw your bet. Bottom of the third, Joe Tank, the number 9 hitter, will come in. Tank, the 24-year-old from Potomac, Maryland, enters play hitting .295 on the season. No home runs and 3 runs batted in for the backup catcher to Tomoya Mori, the Japanese phenom. Can't call him a phenom so much. He's only got a home run and his OPS is like 100+ points below his career this year. 0-1 from Freed. Kind of bounced over to first, but bobbled by Riley, who doesn't play first often. It handcuffs him, and Tank is going to reach. Go! Riley, normally the third baseman, moves over to first. Doesn't have a lot of experience there. He tanked that one, And Joe Tank will reach on the play. E3 on the books if you're keeping track at home. Runners aboard. That second error on the day for the Braves here. Matthew Lugo will be your batter. Lugo walked on 4 pitches in his first at-bat. First pitch from Fried is grounded to third. Landry has it, plays it safe, throws the first on the slow developing play. He will get the trail runner for the first out. Tank will get to second safely. Landry assessed, realized he probably should play it safe. He goes and gets the backup runner, and Lugo gets the first out. Tank into scoring position now with 1 out. Hey, Billy. How's the eye doing tonight? First pitch. Looks like an off-speed breaking ball that misses low for ball 1. Mr. Audit, I see your boost. Mr. Audit just cashed in 25,000 hairballs and gets a +3 boost for his player. Probably one of my favorite players just because I was a Wade Boggs fan growing up, so he's created the Chicken Man, Wade Beers. And Billy just heard that and goes, oh. 1-0 pitch, grounded to third. Landry gets it again, looks at Tank, throws it to first. Bit of a high throw, but good reach by Riley to pull it in for the second out. Defense is looking a little shaky here at the corners for tonight's game, but now 2 outs. Johnny Roca, the number 4 hitter, will be your batter. Number 3 hitter. He will be your batter 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. One-0 delivery, a little high. Yes, it is. 2 balls and no strikes. Don't forget to touch the third base line as well when going to the dugout. Yes. You want to see a true Boston fan that can tell you the specific superstitions of their stars? Well, the older ones will know even what Wade Boggs did before even what Noma did. 2-0 to Roca. Another one that's going to miss low. He's quickly behind. 3 balls and no strikes. Boggs ritual. The whole eating chicken every night before a ball game, I don't know. That one just drives me nuts. The 3-0 takes it all the way, but it's too far in. He'll walk him on 4 pitches. Roca gets down to first. Runners at first and second on the second walk on the day from Max Fried. Oh God, Mr. Audit now has 4 teams in MPT. I got 1 and I barely pay attention to it. I feel bad. It's easy to find my team. Just look for Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. Shohei Ohtani comes in. Ohtani 0 for 1 tonight. 2 runners on here. Good chance for the Braves. 1 swing of the bat. They could take the lead here. Fried's first pitch right down the middle at the knee. Strike 1 as Ohtani watches the breaking ball. The 0-1 swings right through that one. He's quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Ohtani definitely must have been very good movement on that pitch from Fried, because Ohtani definitely thought it was in a different location. Must have missed by a good 5-6 inches. Hold on. Hello? My height? Oh, God. When the wife, who's not much shorter than me, says she needs my height, that's an interesting call. 1 second here. That's an interesting call when she says she needs my height.
That's what she said.
She did say that. The 0-2. Misses low, ball 1. Give me 1 quick second. I'm being glared at. Be right back. Yuka raged just as I was called real quickly. Back again. Thank you, Yuka. Appreciate the raid. Hi, guys. I just had to protect my house from being burned down because there was a spider in the corner. Oh, the things we do, right? All right, I'm back. Thank you again, everybody. Sorry about the raid and having to step aside, but the spider in the corner, you know. Spider's just sitting there. Hey, I'll hang in the corner and eat any bugs, or I'll just read this newspaper. You know. All right, coming back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in a 3-1 ball game. For those of you just joining us, welcome. It is eMLB Game of the Night. Braves, Angels, Interleague Edition. Max Fried on the mound. Shohei Ohtani is at the plate. Joe Tank is your at second base. Johnny Roca over at first. The 1-2 pitch to Ohtani. Line down the right side, but foul. Put a good charge on it to try to get some chalk. Too much mustard on that one. Count will remain 1-2. Wind again blowing right to left here. Well, we haven't done the bottom of the third. People can still sneak their bet in before the third out. Unless Sadie is seeing an advanced copy of this. Wait a minute. Now this is a Spaceball show. You're looking at now. What's happening right now is now. We'll go back to then. We just missed it. When? Just now. Anyway. The 1-2. This is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spider messed you up. Yeah, you thought the inning was over. I wasn't even planning to take a break here after the third either. When you went to Disney, Commish, did I go plaid? They've gone to plaid. No, but I did go to the dark side. I also went to the Falcon. I also made a lightsaber. I also wore a shirt that said my favorite Disney villain is my wife. My wife was dressed up as Maleficent. So, yeah, we did that. I don't know if that means I went to plaid, but 2-2. Into right field. This one is hooking, and another one that's just foul by maybe a couple of feet. The lightsaber officially comes tomorrow if shipping stays on plan. I did not want to carry that thing home, and I didn't want to walk it through airport security and have people throw their carry-on where it was and all that, so, yeah. No, I didn't go to Germany. Oh yeah, I went to Germany in Epcot, of course. In fact, I had another Schafferhofer, this time the pineapple one. Oh my God, that one's better than the grapefruit. The 2-2. Just gets a piece as he went off speed. Boy, Ohtani looked like he was thinking fastball there. Just fortunate to put enough back control, get a piece, and stay alive. When will then be now? Soon. The 2-2. Right back up the middle and through for a hit. Tank will stop at third. They will respect the arm of Johnny Burnitz, and the bases will be loaded. That could be a big risk here. Tank, not your fastest guy. Roca, absolutely not fast. Ohtani gets the base hit but doesn't get the reward. Bases will be loaded. Josh Jung, who continues to struggle this year, 0 for 1. He is 1 for 5 with 2 RBI in bases loaded situations this season. Going to do a mound visit for Fried before we continue. He's got 51 pitches to this point. I'm perfectly fine. Let me pitch. That's how I just assume. He gives you kind of a grumpy old Brian reply to it. I'm perfectly fine. Let me pitch. First pitch will miss outside, ball 1. I don't think you missed anything. Leave me alone. Let me do my...
Watch your language, bud. We're on the air.
Job? I don't know. Yeah. 1-0. Pops it up to center field. Coming on in, making the play is Johnny Burnitz. And the big question mark of the third base coach, leaving Joe Tank at third, will be a pondering now as the bases are left loaded. Angels aren't in the outfield. They're stuck on the base paths. 3 innings are done. No more bets. Now your bets are in. Now what Sadier says goes. And I don't think anything changed, so all is well. We'll go top of the 4th here. 3-1 lead for the Braves. Tom, you didn't miss anything. It was a case of there was no option being given to you. It was just a case third base coach just outright stopped Joe Tank because of how hard the ball was hit, and that Johnny Burnitz had a 17 arm. So I think the coach said like, So you didn't even get a choice. Top 4 we go. That'll put the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Braves in. We'll start with Austin Riley, who's got the double and 2 RBI here on the night. Continues to have an impressive 2026. Shift is on. First pitch is lined. Fair ball. That one gets down the line and fair as I almost do the foul. Riley turns for second. This one will be close. The throw from Marsh. Not in time. We're going to get a leadoff double. Second double of the night for Austin Riley. 7 on the season now for him. Got a leadoff runner at second. Nobody out. Braves continue to threat. Continuing their threat with Johnny Burnitz. Now your batter tonight, Burnitz, 0 for 1. The only man who can hit. First pitch. Ooh, a square to bunt, and it looks like a pretty good one. They're going to try a third? Are you kidding me? They're going to get him. Wow. Are you kidding me? Johnny Roca comes in so hard and rifles it over to third, and he absolutely... Did Austin Riley just derp? I don't know. What do you think? Did he derp? Or was this just incredibly sexy? Oops. Where's my emotes? My emotes weren't showing up all of a sudden. I must have a derp. There. Thanks, guys. Someone else did it for me. But eMLB sexy play of the day? Maybe? Johnny Roca? With a rifle throw to third to get the leadoff runner. Austin Riley's not the fastest guy, so maybe there's part of that. Who knows? But we got a runner at first in Burnitz now with 1 out. And William Contreras 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch is going to miss low for ball one. Burnett's on the season, does have one stolen base. He also has been caught twice. The 1-0 goes after that one, hits it into the seats down the right side, out of play. Count will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Contreras again getting the start, with Pearson being the designated hitter. Contreras now 7 seasons with the Braves. The 1-1. Well struck in the air, left field, pretty deep. Definitely going back and definitely going to be out of here. Third home run of the night for the Braves. It's William Contreras's. Absolutely mashed that tater into left field. 386 feet later. 2-run shot for Contreras. His second on the year makes this a 5-1 ball game. That was not a bad pitch, but it was up in the zone and it was an off speed, so it gave him time to correct on it. He just launched it. Nobody up. So right to the 1-pitch mode we go. 1 out, Alex Freeland, your batter. Freeland, 0 for 1. The 1-2 pitch. Right back up the middle, a diving stop over at short from Simmons. The throw over to first. Now that is what I call a sexy play from Andrelton Simmons. I'm not being allowed to use my emotes tonight, or at least I can't type in the emotes. What is up with that? Dear Lord. But Andrelton Simmons showing why he is a Gold Glove extraordinaire over there. Great play to retire Freeland. We got 2 outs now. Number 9 hitter, Jacques Landry, comes in. Landry, 0 for 1. No, it's not that it's the only game. It's based on time. This is a West Coast game, so most of the other games are done. So it's nothing wrong. It's that the rest of the games are completed. The out-of-town scoreboard only shows live games, but after the 4th inning, when I take a super quick break, bathroom break, when we come back, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard and see how the games went. It's just a case that we're on West Coast. 2-0 pitch. Lined into left center field. This one is going to get down, and Landry, the line drive specialist, will take the corner, head for second. He's going to get in there with a 2-out double. Jacques Landry has not lost his stride with the extra base hit. 9th double on the year. He's once had as much as 45 during the regular season. It's why he is le standard d'excellence. 2-out runner in scoring position. Top of the order, we will go again. It's Alex Verdugo. He's 0 for 1. He had a walk and scored. Tom showing faith, either Tom showing faith or Tom stepped away and forgot to tell me. Le standard de smack the ball. Yes, that too. First pitch will come inside for ball 1. Fried is being given every chance to succeed tonight. The 1-0 goes after a bad one. Strike 1. Definitely forgot to bring a gap wedge or a 9-iron on that one. The 1-1. Wave and a miss as he goes off speed up in the zone. He's quickly behind now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Verdugo definitely not looking as confident when he is at the plate. He's definitely now turned into a season-long slump for the reigning American League batting champion, who's still adjusting to life in Atlanta. The 1-2. Got a piece, hits it straight back. He'll stay alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. you're gonna need a bucket and some suntan lotion, because you're never gonna get off that beach. Just like you never got in the NHL.
You jackass.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Nothing but crickets on that swing for Verdugo. Didn't look very good in that whole at bat. 5 strikeouts on the day for Cal Maduro, but William Contreras connects for his second home run on the season. 2-run shot. We'll go bottom of the 4th. Braves extend the lead. It's now 5-1. Bottom of the 4th. That'll get the 6, 7, 8 batters. Tyler O'Neill will start us off here in the bottom of the 4th. See action warming up in the bullpen. The left-hander, Estelan Ortiz, starting to warm up in the Angels bullpen. 2-2 pitch from Fried. Lifted into left, not very deep. Coming on in, reading it well, is Verdugo. Makes the catch for the first out. And 1 out now. Andrelton Simmons will be your batter. Simmons tonight is 0 for 1. The 2-2 pitch to shallow center field. Coming in, having to hurry. Burnett will get there and make it on the run. Good read by Johnny Burnett. He had to cover a lot of ground. He makes the play to retire Simmons for the second out. 2 outs now. That'll put Brandon Marsh in. Marsh again had 2 home runs in yesterday's game against the Marlins. 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-0. Grounded over to first. Riley has it. He will underhand it to Fried, covering first. And it's 1-2-3 inning for Max Fried to retire the Angels here in the bottom of the 4th. I'm going to step aside real quick, have a super quick snack, and go to the bathroom, and then we'll come back. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard, see how your favorite team's doing around the league, and then we'll return to Angels Stadium for the Braves and the Angels. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Coming back live, it is Tuesday night edition of Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show, Tuesday Night Baseball here in eMLB. We only got one other game going on in the eMLB universe that's live, almost done. Top of the 9th at Globe Life Field. Rangers trying to finish off the Rays here with a 5-2 lead. Danny Bradford, Harrison Bader with home runs on the day so far. Everything else around the universe is a final for tonight. Since we're out on the West Coast this evening, Miami will beat the Phillies by a 10-4 score. So that assures the Braves, even if they win, they're not going to be able to pass the Marlins tonight. Will stay at the bottom of the NL East division, at least for one more day. Anthony Rizzo helping with his 9th home run on the year. Sandy Alcantara improves to 6-3 on the season. The Jays will beat the Reds by a 7-1 score. Juan Coelho on cruise control for most of that one. Goes to 6-5 on the year. Had help from Gary Sanchez, who hit his 5th home run for Toronto this season. The Padres will thump the Cubs 8-0. Connor Siebold looks impressive on his first start as a member of the Padres since his trade from Baltimore. Proves to 6-1 on the season. Padres beat the Cubs 8-0. Just 5 hits for the Cubs on the day. Red Sox will fall to the White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field by a 6-4 score. Dwight Kida will defeat Noah Syndergaard. Joe Kelly Fight Club gets the 3rd save of the season for him. There was still the 20th home run of the season for Rafi Devers in the loss. Washington will defeat San Francisco 5-3. It was a battle of relief bullpens for the end of that one. Andrew Dahlquist is get save number 13 on the season for the Nationals. Tigers will defeat the Royals 6-4. Griffin Canning gets the win 2-4 on the year. Alex Bregman hit his 6th home run of the year. The Pirates will fall to the Diamondbacks at PNC Park in extra innings by a 4-3 score. Aaron Cross hits his 16th home run on the year. Again, Diamondbacks will win in 11 innings, 4-3 over Pittsburgh. Indians will defeat the Athletics 9-3. Shane Bieber proves the 5-3 on the year. There were 4 home runs on the day from Cleveland. Levi Usher, Francisco Lindor, Aaron Judge hits number 20, and Don Erickson hits his 14th. He is fit in pretty well since being traded from Milwaukee. The Mariners will win against the Reds 2-1. Matthew Liberatore gets the victory. Grant Levine with the solo home run. Believe it or not, at Coors Field. Just at Coors Field, the Rockies only had 3 hits on the day. Brendan, thank you very much for 10 gifted subs. Just got to carry over to a different page. Thank you, Brandon. And Pirate, I saw your +1 for cash. I've got your 1 million in cash. And again, thank you very much, Brendan. Let's see who got him. Wolfie Tyler, Bob Blah Blah, Preacher Boy, Clayman Games, Sir Newbie of House Senate. I like that salad. Brukaki, Baxfire, Torgonius, Gabagoluigi, and Mr. Monteithan. Mr. Monteithan. Awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Where were we? We're talking 2-1 Mariners. Here I was saying over-under for the Mariner Mafia hitting home runs at Coors Field at 3.5. Not one from the Mariner Mafia in that game. Twins will double up the Astros and beat them 8-4. You had 1 home run from Alex Kirilloff on that one. Just dropping by to cause chaos. Your flight just landed and you saw the stream and was still going. Thanks, Brendan. he visits, he gift bombs and runs, but we appreciate that. Thank you, Brendan. Again, the Twins defeating the Astros 8-4. Cardinals will defeat the Dodgers 5-1. Andrew Jenkins will get his first victory of the year. Ronald Acuna Jr. and Andrew Alexander with home runs on the day. The Orioles will shut out the Yankees 5-0. Brett Martin goes to 4-2 on the season. Had help from Sherman Newton, who hit his 5th home run on the season. And final game on the day, the Milwaukee Brewers will defeat the Mets by a 7-6 score. Robbie Ray got the start instead and improved to 5-1. Actually, I don't think Robbie is starting. I think he's relieving these days, but he gets his 5th win on the year. Steve Parkinson, his 12th save. That's action around the league. Back to this game. Top of the 5th we go. 5-1 lead for the Braves. And we have a new pitcher. Estelan Ortiz is taking over as Cal Maduro's night will be done after 4. So no journey up the starters there. 4 innings of work, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts as well. He'll give way to the 27-year-old lefty from Haramayor in the Dominican Republic, Estelan Ortiz. Ortiz will make his 14th appearance on the year. He's 1-3 with a 6.09 ERA. He's given up gone 34 innings, giving up 41 hits, 23 earned runs, allowing 6 home runs, while walking 9 and striking out 33. He'll throw low mid-90s with the fastball, also works curveball and a changeup in there. Second season in the majors for Ortiz, former international free agent signed by the Pirates back in 2018. Ortiz is ready to go, and that'll put Ozzie Albies back up. Alvarez Pearson for the top of the 5th here. Albies 0 for 2 tonight with a 1-2 pitch from Ortiz. Going to be lifted to center field. Mike Trout reads it well. A few steps to his right. Pulls it in. Makes the catch for 1 out. One out now. Antonio Alvarez will come to the plate. Alvarez, good night. 2 for 2. He hit a deep home run to center field back in the 3rd. Has 1 RBI. The 2-0 delivery. to right field, pretty well placed. It's going to get down right in front of O'Neill for the base hit. Alvarez starting to feel it. We talked about how well he played last season, hasn't hit well yet. That's 3 in a row for him tonight. We got 1 out, 1 runner at first. 7 hits on the night now for the Braves. And Aiden Pearson is your batter. Pearson tonight, 0 for 2. Yes, beer is done, so I've now switched over to my water with the Propel Zero Sugar electrolytes. The best kind of visitor. Leaves a gift you want and leaves. Well, I like Brendan staying, but he's busy right now. So, first pitch at the knees, called strike 1. Ugh, got something in my eye always. 0-1 pitch. That one too far, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 97 on the gun there. Might be one of the faster pitches we've seen from Ortiz. One pitch. Going to be grounded to short. Simmons to second for 1. Lugo to first in time. 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah, baby.
Quick way to get out of the inning just like that. Double play will retire the side. We're now halfway through this ball game. We'll go bottom of the 5th. It's the Braves 5 and the Angels 1. Excuse me. All right. Bottom of the 5th, which means time for Journey of the Starters, which now, because I'm drinking water, is brought to you by my Propel drink that I'm having. Because why not have something pseudo-sponsored? Max Fried, 4 innings of work tonight. This is looking more like vintage Max Fried that we're used to. 2 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 2 and struck out 5 to this point. Fried, 65 pitches through this outing. Bottom of the 5th we go. We've got Joe Tank, Matthew Lugo, Mike Trout due up this inning. Starting with Tank. Tank reached on an error down to Austin Riley in the first inning. No, actually, no, that was Landry. 2 errors, but that one was Landry for Tank. 3-2 pitch. A swinging bunt right in front of the plate. Chasing after it is Contreras. Throws a rocket over to Riley to retire Tank for the first out. 1 out now. We'll go to Matthew Lugo. Lugo tonight, 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch. Grounds it to third. Landry has it. Doesn't waste any time. The hard throw to first in time to retire Lugo for the second out. 2 outs now. Mike Trout. Best time to have Trout was when you're up 4. Nobody on base. Trout had the home run opposite field to right center field for his 556th career. Earlier tonight, he took 60th place all time on the home run list. Hey, Brukaki. Brendan may have already left. He said he was in between flights. 1-2 pitch to Trout. Swing and a miss. Sounded like he caught a little bit of the pitch, but it goes right into the glove, and it's called strike 3.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
With that, there's now 6 strikeouts on the night. Side is retired. 5 innings completed here at Angel Stadium. Braves 5, LA 1. All right, we'll go top of the 6th. Estelan Ortiz will stay out there for another inning. Don't forget, GMs, every time you're the batter, now please tell me your intention for your pitcher going into the next inning, or if you have anybody warming up, just so we can be fluid as best as possible. Appreciate that. Austin Riley will start us off. Riley, 2 for 2, 2 RBI, 2 doubles. I think you play 2 in your next Powerball. The 1-2 pitch. Lined into center. That's going to get by Lugo for the base hit. Riley challenges Lugo, who goes to his right to the shortstop side. Still can't get the ball. That's going to be a leadoff hit, his 3rd hit of the night. Austin Riley is really feeling it. Nobody out. Johnny Burnitz will be your batter. Burnitz is 0 for 2. First pitch. Looks like that caught the outer half. It does with the breaking ball. Strike 1. Was that a... Nope, that was a heist. I wasn't sure if that was a free-for-all. The 0-1. That one's too far low. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Checks the swing. They're going to appeal. They say he didn't go. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch to the lefty Burnitz. That one's going to miss low and away. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike here to the rookie. The 3-1 in there. Called strike 2. Full count pitch here with nobody out. Runner first. The 3-2 swings and hits that one foul left side. It will find the seats. Count remains 3-2. The 3-2 delivery misses low, ball 4. Tried to get him to ring it up. Does not catch the zone. A little too far low. It was close, but doesn't get the benefit of the call. First walk on the day for Ortiz. We now got runners at first and second. Nobody out here for the Braves. William Contreras hit a 386-foot home run in his last at-bat. 2-run shot. He's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch. Oh, he was thinking home run again, but he swings right through the curveball. Strike 1. Gives a little tap on his helmet. Just calms himself down a little bit. The 0-1. This is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch comes too far in. 2 balls and 1 strike. I will turn the out-of-town scoreboard off because the out-of-town scoreboard is done for the night. It said, that's it, we out. 2-1 to Contreras. Swing and a miss. Challenges him low in the zone. Can't come up with it. Probably good he missed. Could have been an easy double play ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Contreras. We got Austin Riley at second. Johnny Burnitz is your runner first here. Braves continue to put runners on. They got 8 hits on the night. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Can't get it. He goes down. 96 on the gun, about the same location. Gets the job done. First strikeout on the day for Estelin Ortiz. We got our first out here in the 6th. Alex Freeland, the switch hitter, will go to the right side now tonight. 0 for 2. Both at bats were from the left side. First pitch is going to be too far low for ball one. The 1-0. This is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0 pitch. Grounded to third. They're going to play carefully as this wasn't hit as hard as the animation suggested. Jung plays it, can't get Riley in time, decides to throw to first. He will get the runner for the second out, but meanwhile, that'll put 2 runners in scoring position now. Jacques Landry just coming back off the injured list, 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch to Landry. Looks like it caught the outside corner. No, apparently. Oof, thought that was going to be called, but it's 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Landry in his 4th season in the majors. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The 2-0. That one's going to miss low. It's quickly 3 balls and no strikes to Landry here. 1 ball away from loading the bases. .30. Right down the middle. 95 on the gun. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Watches it, and it's called strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch to left field. This one is going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score, but will 2? Do you want to signal Johnny Burnett's to round third base and try to score? Ball is very shallow. Burnett's an average runner. Brandon Marsh with a great arm. What do? He says hold him. Runner will be held at third. Jack Landry will get an RBI single. Second hit on the night extends the lead to 6-1 now for the Braves. And with 2 outs, back to the top of the order we go again. Alex Verdugo's 4th at bat tonight. Don't forget the storytelling side of things. Start to tell me who will be in bullpen so I can start to tell it. Connor Sadzik starting to loosen up in the bullpen pretty aggressively. First pitch. That one is called strike. No balls and 1 strike. We can't wait to tell it with you. Draft is coming very soon. I see you working hard on those. You're getting there. You're almost at 3,000 balls of yarn. So I see the target. You're looking for the big 5-0. Just remember, give yourself a little bit of leverage, because if you go right to 5,001 and pull the boost in, you got no balls of yarn to play with for games after that. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and hits that one foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Verdugo. balls, 2 strike pitch. The delivery tries to go outside, can't get him to chase. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The 1-2 comes too far inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burnett's down at third. Chuck Landry is at first. Landry just getting his 14th RBI on the year. Second hit of the night since coming back from the injured list. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. No, never mind. Hate it that it does that. It bounces foul. I thought it was a swing and a miss. I did not hear the slight bat hit. The 2-2 one more time. Pops it up on the infield. Calling for Lugo. He will make the catch, and that will retire the sub. Braves will leave 2 at the corners, but they will get another run on the Landry RBI single. Will go bottom of the 6th. Braves extend their lead at 6-1. Bottom of the 6th we go. Johnny Roca, Shohei Ohtani, Josh Jung are your scheduled batters. Max Fried, 77 pitches to this point, will still be in. Ha ha, nice try, Andrew. Roca, your batter, 0 for 1. The 1-2. Grounded to third. Landry has it. He'll throw to first for the out. This is the Max Fried that we are used to seeing. Hopeful sign for the Braves, who have struggled through the months of April and May. They really need their pitching, their reliable starters to come around. Fried still with a career 3.07 ERA and 81 wins against 49 losses. 1-7 so far this year. Yeah, if a Waffle House closes where you live because of a storm, then that's a bad storm. 1-0 pitch to Ohtani. Lifted into left field. Coming in, Verdugo has to hurry, but he will get there in time for the second out. As long as you're safe, Aiden, if for any reason you have to drop out for safety, that is priority. 2 outs now. Josh Jung will be your batter. Jung 0 for 2. Seeing Juan Romero start to loosen up for the Braves. Oh, you're in Ohio. Okay. Didn't know that you had gone to back to Ohio. My sister is prepared to evacuate if necessary. She wasn't far from where you were. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Max Fried will get strikeout number 7. Guess what? 7 strikeouts on the day for Max Fried. Godzilla mode activated, and 6 innings are in the books. We will go to the 7th. Braves lead this one 6-1. New pitcher coming in as Estelan Ortiz's day is done after 2. And Connor Sadzik, the 34-year-old from Crystal Lake. Sadzik's 15th appearance on the year. He's 1-2. No out-of-town scoreboard. We're out west. All games are completed. So it will just say no other games. So that's why it's off. Sadzik, 15th appearance on the year. 1-2 with a 3.94 ERA. 16 innings of work for him thus far, giving up 20 hits, 7 earned runs, has allowed 3 homers while walking 4 and striking out 20 to this point. Throws upper 90s with the fastball. Also mixes in a slider and a curveball. Ninth season in the majors for Sadzik. He's been with Texas, with Seattle, Toronto, and with the Angels. Former 11th round draft pick from Howard College by the Rangers in 2011. Throat's trying to close on me here. Which tells me the air is heavy right now. All right. Sadzik's ready to go. Aussie Albies will be the first to greet him. Antonio Alvarez and Aiden Pearson are scheduled up after him. Albies tonight has been quiet, 0 for 3. 1-1 pitch. Jam shot over to third, played by Jung. Quick throw to first in time to retire Albies for the first out. Albies hits against the shift to the one guy on the left side, and he'll make the play for the out. One out now. Antonio Alvarez has had a heck of a night. He's 3 for 3. He hit a home run to center field. He scored at least twice, if I remember right. The 2-2. To right field. Pretty well struck. O'Neill going back, still going back, right to the wall, and he will make the catch. Right up against the wall, reaches up, makes the catch for the second out. First time they will get Antonio Alvarez down this evening. 2 outs now. Aiden Pearson will come to the dish. He is 0 for 3 this evening.
Watch your language, bud. We're on the air.
Aiden got caught. Even if he censors it. Daffy reads. 2 outs now for Pearson, 0 for 3. The 1-0 pitch. To right field, pretty well struck. Chasing after it, O'Neill, but it's going to get past him. It's going to one-hop the wall. O'Neill plays it well. Pearson marching for second. He will get in there with the double. Pearson gets his first hit on the night. It happens to be the 5th double on the year for the 22-year-old. The censors are sensitive tonight. Stupid overpaid duck. Should be on my dinner plate. How did he hit that ball? Yeah, look where it is. Curveball that he golf shots over O'Neill's head. Austin Riley, now the batter. Riley tonight, what a night. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 RBI. First pitch from Sadzik. Throws the curveball in there, gets the outer half. Called strike 1. Pretty nasty pitch from Sadzik. The 0-1 to center field. This one gonna get down in front of Trout. Taking the corner, heading for home is Pearson. He will score. Austin Riley, 4 for 4 tonight with 3 RBI. What a game. 36th RBI on the season now. Cannot stop the guy. And he's not even on fire. Impressive. That was a pitch around, too. I mean, look at where the pitch was. That's pitching around. Johnny Burnett's 0 for 2 today. Riley tells Alvarez, anything you can do, I can do better. Yes, pretty much. First pitch. That's going to be hit into center field. Base hit for Burnett's on the first pitch he saw. Trout gets it in there quickly. Riley, not very fleet of foot, will stop at second. Runners at first and second. Now 12 hits. Lopsided game tonight for the hits department. 12 hits for the Braves, just 2 for the Angels. Two on, 2 outs. William Contreras hit a 2-run homer into left field back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch from Sadzik. Watches the slider outside, ball 1. 1-0. Swings and hits that one foul as he was way ahead on the fastball. Which is hard to do if you think about it. Braves are pulling off the big upset. Right now, I think they are. But they're also getting vintage Max Fried. Fried was a 17-game winner 4 seasons ago. Still has a very low 3 career ERA, but he's pitching like a 1-7, 5.59 ERA coming into tonight's game. The 1-1 pitch from Sadzik. Swing and a miss as he jams him inside. Gets it by him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Uh-oh. You all got moited. That one's going to hurt. The 1-2 pitch. Just high. Tries to go with a slider in an interesting location, but doesn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're looking ahead, bottom of the 7th, Tyler O'Neill is expected up for the Angels. Oh, 2-2. Swing fouls that one off. Says it's fouled back towards the press box. You missed. The 2-2. Another one hit straight back. He'll stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Checks the swing. The appeal? No, they say. Full count pitch coming up. Runners will be off here on the 2-out pitch. Austin Riley is at second. Johnny Burnett is at first. The full count pitch. Grounded to third. Jung has it. He'll throw to first in time to retire Contreras. And the side is retired. 6.5 in the books. That means 7th inning stretch time.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
7th inning stretch here on the Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show. Tuesday Night Baseball here as the Braves come into Los Angeles. Max Fried, who's had a tough season, has looked very much like the pitcher that we are used to seeing over the years. As we go bottom of the 7th, Fried is still in, leading this game by a 7-1 score. Juan Romero still continues to warm up in the bullpen. Tyler O'Neill will start us off tonight, 0 for 2, and 1 for 8 lifetime against Max Fried. 3-1 pitch. Checks the swing, the appeal? No, it's going to be ball 4 as O'Neill will take the leadoff walk. O'Neill gets down to first. Andleton Simmons will be the batter. Look, never mind, call to the pen coming. That will be the night. They're going to give Fried the rest of the night off. He gets the 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, only allowing 2 hits. Just the Mike Trout home run, the only blemish on the record for him tonight. He'll be responsible for the runner at first, but he is definitely in line for his 2nd win on the season in this one. Both teams will come into this one with their bullpens being the strength. Braves' 3rd best bullpen in the National League at 3.50 ERA. Angels, the 2nd best bullpen in the American League at 2.99. Call to the bullpen is Juan Romero, the 22-year-old from Tampico, Mexico. The rookie will make his 27th appearance on the year. He's 1-3 with a 5.52 ERA. 29 in the 3rd innings of work. He's given up 25 hits, 18 earned runs, allowed 9 homers, while walking 19 and striking out an impressive 48 to this point. He throws a blazing fastball, will touch low 100s on the gun. Also works a curveball in there and an occasional changeup. Former minor leaguer signed out of Mexico from the Braves in 2020. O'Neill's aboard at first. Andrelton Simmons again 0 for 2. The batter never faced Romero before. First pitch right down the middle. Call, strike one. The 0-1. Grounded to third. Going to have to hurry is Landry. He is going to get it, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Simmons got down the line quick enough. Broken bat, base hit, infield hit for Andrelton Simmons. That's his 10th hit since May 26th. Remember, today is the 1st, so in the last 6 days, he's got 10 hits. He's aboard, 2 on now. And just to confirm, is that as a pinch hitter or as a defensive substitute, Tom? Just making sure I understand the instruction. Okay, very good. Gonna have a pinch hitter. Brandon Marsh's night is gonna be done here. We're gonna go with the other outfielder, the thrill, Phil Williams. He will get the at-bat here. We've got one player from North Haven, Connecticut, and Johnny Roca. Now we've got East Haven, Connecticut's Phil Williams, the 25-year-old, 3-year veteran, comes in hitting .270 on the season. He's got 4 home runs and 14 RBI. First pitch, swing and a miss, fooled by the curveball. Was thinking fastball right away, but it's called strike one. Braves can have new activity in the bullpen. We see JT Ginn and Ramon Linares, righty and a lefty, warming up in the pen for the Braves. The 0-1. Called on the outside. Strike 2. 97 touches the black there on that pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Just misses low. Romero thought that was strike 3. Ugh, that was close. That could have been called. Rookie doesn't get the benefit of the doubt on that one. 2 on here. Angels trying to get back into this one. The 1-2. Just gets a piece of the curveball and stays alive. The 1-2. Grounded to short. Over to Albies for 1. Over to first. It is a 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Hard shot right to Freeland. Easy play for him to set up Albies. Plenty of time to get it over to Riley. 6-4-3 double play doesn't help the Angels' cause here. 2 outs now. Runner at third, the cannon, Joe Tank, comes in 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch swings and hits that one foul, 0-1. One pitch goes after that one. It's a curveball, and he'll hit that one into the stands. Tank quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 does not ring him up. Just too far outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Romero. Grounded over to first. Well positioned there is Riley. He will go step on the bag. And that will retire the Angels here, leaving a runner at third in the 7th. To the 8th we go. The Braves will maintain their lead. It's 7-1. Assume Phil, do you want Phil in left or in right, or he'll take over in left, you said? Okay. All right. Sadzik still on the mound here at this point. And we'll have a pinch hitter here. Freddie Freeman is going to get an at-bat. Where's Freddie? There he is. Freddie Freeman will come in for Alex Freeland. Shoot. I got your instruction after I already hit the button. You're stuck. He changed his mind after the fact. All right. Sounds good. Freddie Freeman, the 36-year-old from Fountain Valley, California. The career Brave, 395 home runs, as many as Dale Murphy in his history with the Braves. Let me reconfirm that. I'm 99% sure. No, Dale Murphy had 371. My bad. I thought Murphy had more than that. But Freddie Freeman, 266 this season with 13 home runs, 25 RBI. See Francis Martez starting to warm up for the Angels in the bullpen. Sadzik with the 1-2 pitch to start the inning. Swing and a miss as the slider will send Freeman back to the dugout. First strikeout on the day for Connor Sadzik. 1 out here, top of the 8th. Jacques Landry will now be your batter. Landry, a good night returning off the injured list. 2 for 3 as a double and an RBI. A 3-2 pitch. Grounds it to second. Lugo ranges well to his right. Has it over to first to retire Landry for the second out. 2 outs now. Alex Verdugo will come back up. Verdugo still looking for his first hit tonight to extend his 6-game hitting streak to 7. (0-2) pitch. Gets the call. Strike 3 on the outer half. Second strikeout on the day for Connor Sadzik as he sends Verdugo back down. 3 up, 3 down for the Braves. We'll go bottom of the 8th, but the Braves still comfortably leading 7-1. All right, so how do you want to play it here, Aiden? So Riley to third. I had a feeling this is where you do it. Riley will slide to third. Landry will go to short. And Freeman at first. So Freddie Freeman stays in the game, moves over to first. The Gold Glover. Jacques Landry will slide over to short. Austin Riley back across the other side, back into the hot corner at third. There's your defensive changes as we get started. Bottom of the 8th, Juan Romero will stay in. He'll start with the top of the order. Lugo, Trout, Roca due up. Lugo tonight 0 for 2. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big swing from Lugo, but he comes up empty. 99 on the gun on that pitch. Straight smoke from Juan Romero. It's your first strikeout on the night for him. Mike Trout will come to the box. We're noticing Johnny Roca has gone back into the dugout, and we see Louis Ramos starting to stir. So it looks like a pinch hitter coming up. But meanwhile, Trout, 1 for 3 tonight, hit his 556th career home run back in the first. The 1-0 pitch. Well struck into left center field. Going back, still going back, but it is the second home run on the day for Mike Trout.
Yeah, get up there and wham! A homer! Wham! Another homer! Wham! 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 What?
Well, Mike Trout still doing Mike Trout things, to put it very simply. Second home run on the night for Trout. 557 in his career. And it's 7-2. I should say Braves 7, Mike Trout 2. Johnny Roca is now replaced. And Louis Ramos, the 26-year-old from Lahoma, Texas, will get the at-bat. Ramos been dealing with some knee inflammation. Ramos in. 231.
I'm a kitty cat.
Hey.
And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, Denver, 20 months. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, 1 out, nobody on. Louis Ramos again, 231 average, 15 homers and 37 RBI. They say the knee has been starting to feel better and better. He's hoping to get back out there a little bit more regularly soon enough. Oh, hold on. Didn't see the pitching change. Ramon Linares, the left-hander, will be coming in here after the home run allowed by Romero. Linares, the 24-year-old from the Dominican. No record, 3.12 ERA as he makes his 22nd appearance on the year. 17 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 12 hits, 6 earned runs, allowed 3 home runs while walking 4 and striking out 18. Throws upper 90s with the fastball. Also works a slider and a forkball in there. Linares in his second season in the majors. He's ready to take on Ramos, the 1-0 pitch. To left field, goes against the shift, and that is going to drop down and get the hit. Can you tell I like your high 90s relievers? Yes, you do. But Ramos will win that victory. Comes in with a pinch hit single. 5 hits on the day now for the Angels through 7 1/3. Runner aboard and showtime coming in. Ohtani, 1 for 3 tonight.
Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, and I dance.
Thank you, Grumpy. Appreciate that. Gifting a sub over to DA. Hey, DA, have we ever made you a player yet? I'm sorry if I forgot, and that you have. But if not, now's the time, because the draft is right around the corner. That'll give you a great opportunity to create your player, as I will go quickly peeking. I feel like we had. Maybe we had it. Maybe I'm mixing my people up. Nope. But we'll get you in there, DA, because we got to make a player for you. Maybe the Twins, maybe GT will sign you. Oops. There we go. First pitch from Ohtani, or for Ohtani from Linares. Ohtani's not pitching tonight yet. 0 for 1. 0 and 1. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss as he tried to add 2 to the scoreboard there, but it's no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Misses low, very low, but a good block by Contreras. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. I was ready to ring up Ohtani, and when I noticed that he didn't go take a walk, I was like, ugh. Big missed pitch. We'll see if that one hurts. Linares should have had strike 3 there. Looks like a ball to you, of course. The 2-2. Well, that one's probably more of a ball than the other one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ramos at first. The 3-2. Misses. Oh my goodness. Misses ball 4. How close is that one? Ugh. Well, that one's more of a ball than anything else. Wow. First walk on the day issued by Linares. You was screwed. Josh Jung, your batter. Jung tonight is 0 for 3. First pitch misses high, ball 1. JT Ginn starting to loosen up again. The 1-0. Swings and hits that one foul. Just got a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. This would be a great time for Jung to decide to break out of the slump. The 1-1 pitch. Swings and hits that one foul the other way this time. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Other one straight back. This time he's staying alive here against this hard throwing Linares. 4 straight fastballs in this sequence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Called strike 3. Hard fastball hit the outer half of the plate. 3rd strikeout on the day for him. That is not a good day. First strikeout on the day for Linares, and it's a big one. 102 mile an hour pitch sends Jung back to the dugout. 2 outs now. Tyler O'Neill has a big swing, but he won't face Linares, as Linares has faced the 3 batters that he needed to. New pitcher, JT Ginn, will come in. Ginn will be the 4th pitcher on the day for the Braves. 27-year-old from Brandon, Mississippi, former Marlin, comes in. 21st appearance on the year for him. He's 1-1 with a 5.26 ERA. 25 2/3 innings of work, giving up 40 hits, 15 earned runs, 6 home runs have been allowed, walking just 5 and striking out 24. He'll throw mid-90s with his fastball, also throws a curveball and a changeup. It is Ginn's 3rd season in the majors. Former fifth round draft pick by the Orioles from Mississippi State back in 2020. Oops, that's not what I want him. There we go. All right, Ginn's ready to go. Tyler O'Neill ready to face him. These two haven't faced off against each other before. Here comes the first at bat. Checks the swing, the appeal. They say he did not offer. It's ball one. The 1-0. Take, wave, and a miss on the fastball. I think he was looking for something inside again, but he goes the other side. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Ginn. Swings and hits that one foul. O'Neill broke the bat on that one. He'll go back, get a new piece of lumber. Count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fools him with the curveball.
I cannot hit curveball. Straight ball, I hit it very much. Curveball, that's all, afraid.
Afraid they are. Excuse me. Afraid they are. And the side is retired. Mike Trout hits his second home run of the night, but that is all that the Angels can muster. We'll go to the 9th. It's 7-2 Braves. All right, so Ramos is in at first. And Francis Martez is coming in for Connor Sadzik. Fourth pitcher of the night for the Angels will be the 30-year-old from the Dominican, Francis Martez. Martez, 20th game on the season for him, 5-0 with a 4.11 ERA. He's gone 30 2/3 innings, giving up 25 hits and 14 earned runs, while also including 6 home runs as well. He's walked 10 and he's struck out 33 to this point. He throws hard, upper 90s with the fastball. Also complements that with a slider and a changeup. Martez, in his 6th season in the majors, also been with Kansas City, with the Astros, and with the White Sox. Excuse me, throat's trying to fail on me. I want to say this, at least on behalf. There is a lot of stress with this hurricane. Hey, I'm glad I can help take your mind off of things. Again, that's the least that we do. That's what the whole intent is on this. Regardless of what's affecting your day, we're just happy to have you here. Heck, we had Danny D. Smith Jr. back. That makes me happy because, again, fortunately I was fearing the worst for him for a while. Martez ready to go. Ozzie Albies will be the first to greet him. Antonio Alvarez and Aiden Pearson are also scheduled up. Albies, quiet night for him. 0 for 4. Oh, 1 pitch. Slaps it, and the shift. Anderson has to go back to his right. Gets it. Hard throw to first in time to retire Albies. Good work by Andleton Simmons. For the out. We got 1 out. Just double checking on something with Aiden. All right. Antonio Alvarez will be your batter. What a night for him. 3 for 4 with a home run. And he hit one right to the wall in right field to almost get his 4th hit. First pitch he sees, he lifts it towards right center field, moving over O'Neill. Also getting in the neighborhood was Trout. O'Neill pulls it in to make the catch for the 2nd out. 2 outs now. If you're looking ahead, bottom of the ninth, it's the bottom third of the order due up for the Angels. But with 2 outs now, top 9, Aiden Pearson, your batter, 1 for 4. He had a double in his last at bat. Three-two pitch to center field. Trout has to go back, still going back. This one's going to hit off the wall. Positions himself well. Trout throws it back in, but Pearson will get in with the 2-out double. Second straight double for Pearson. 6 doubles now on the season for him. And the Braves will get their 13th hit on the night. A lot of extra base hits for sure for them. 2 outs now. Austin Riley has been a force. 4 for 4, 3 RBI on the day. Having a great start to the month of June. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Pinch runner. Okay, pinch runner in for Pearson. It'll be Wuhan Ye. Again, as a DH, Wuhan Ye will come in as a pinch runner. The 1-0 in the dirt. Great block there by Tank to keep it in front of him. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. That one catches the inside corner. Strike 1. 3 fastballs so far from Martez here against Riley. Braves 7 runs on 13 hits. They do have 2 errors in the field today. 2-1. Misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 goes right after it, but he comes up empty. It's a full count pitch here with 2 outs for Riley. The 3-2 pitch. This is low, ball 4. Riley will get on for the 5th time tonight, but this time not with a base hit. 2 on, 2 outs. Johnny Burnett's is 1 for 3 tonight. He had a base hit in his last at bat. First pitch. This is too far, just outside, ball 1. You see Riley in your nightmares. The 1-0. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm afraid to say anything's a strike with how it just doesn't automatically happen here in 23. The 1-1. See, I would have called that strike normally, but it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Look at how close that is, and it doesn't get the call. Two balls and 1 strike to Burnett. The pitch. Swing and hits that one foul. It'll be a 2-2 count coming here with 2 on, 2 outs here, top of the 9th. The 2-2. Misses low. Bases are going to be loaded here with 2 outs. Everybody's going to be off here on the full count pitch. 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Line into center field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. The runner, Riley, will stop at third, but our Johnny Burnett will get an RBI single to extend the lead. It's now 8-2. How many people is that going to make sad on the bets is what I wonder. Johnny Burnett's is 12th RBI on the year. 2 hits on the night for him. William Contreras is your batter now.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hi, Enron. I don't know if you're the other. We had an Enrons earlier, so I'm not sure if you are a different person, but hello. Welcome. First pitch. Checks the swing. They appeal. They say no. It's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. In there. Called strike 1. I almost said 3. Where? Apparently I have imagery of this game being over if it's not going to be competitive. 1-1 pitch. Called strike. That one was kind of a questionable pitch. Contreras didn't like the call. Doesn't want to give away the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Throws another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. I was waiting to see if it changed. It didn't. He got him. He'll leave runners on the base paths, but not before another run scores from the Johnny Burnett's hit. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. The Braves have an 8-2 lead. Okay, pinch hitter coming in for Antonio, not pinch hitter, pinch defensive sub. Get it together, Commish. For Alvarez in right field, it'll be the defensive wonder kid, Ron Carney, who's just as impressive to watch with a bat for how long he can hit it, but he is no Antonio Alvarez. So Carney comes in for defensive purposes. Believe JT Ginn is still there, but Tristan Beck is also warming up. So Ginn continues to go. Tristan Beck warming up. Andrelton Simmons starts us off. Bottom third of the order here for the Angels. Simmons, 1 for 3 tonight. Oh, no one's on base, so turn that off. There we go. 0-2 pitch from Ginn. Lifted to left field. Verdugo reads it. Makes the play. 1 out. Story of tonight's game, vintage Max Fried contained the potent Angels offense and had help from his friends. Austin Riley with 4 hits. William Contreras had a home run. Antonio Alvarez had a home run. Jock Landry had 2 hits coming back from injury. Phil Williams, your batter. 0 for 1. He came in as a pinch hitter earlier. 1-0 pitch. Into right field, but right at Ron Carney, who will get an opportunity to be busy in this game, makes the catch. And the Angels are down to their final batter, or final out. Story is the Braves learned what a bat was and how to swing it. Yeah, that kind of helps. 2 outs now. Joe Tank is your batter. Tank tonight quiet, 0 for 3. First pitch he sees. It's a shot to third. Landry has it. He'll throw over to first, and that will be the ball game as the Atlanta Braves will take game 1 of this series as they win 8-2. Good game from both sides. Appreciate your time. Again, Aiden, glad to keep you busy and distracted from the hurricane. So happy to provide the fun. As we come back and look at the box score here super quickly, just because we ran longer this evening. Surprised if I'm ever streaming the game at 10:30. That's for sure. Braves will win their 21st game on the season, as they will win 8-2 against the Angels. They can thank a lot of that to Max Fried getting back to how he used to dominate. He's been good on the road. He came into tonight's game. He was 1-2 with a 3.92 ERA on the road. He'll get his second win, both on the road this season. Thinking player of the game has to be Riley, you're saying. So Verdugo, we'll look at the multi-hit game. So Antonio Alvarez was 3 for 5. He had a home run, 2 runs scored, the RBI. Aiden Pearson, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles. Austin Riley, 4 for 4. He had 2 doubles. He had 3 RBI. He scored once. Johnny Burnett, 2 for 4 with an RBI and scored. William Contreras had a 2-run homer in the 4th inning off of Cal Maduro. Anyone else? Let's see. Ozzie Albies didn't get a hit. Verdugo didn't get a hit. And Alex Freeland did not get a hit as well. For the Angels, Mike Trout was 2 for 4 tonight. He had 2 solo home runs. He not only passed Manny Ramirez, he jumped 2 spaces ahead of, or 2 home runs ahead of Ramirez. Now 557 career home runs in the career of Mike Trout. Only other guys to get hits, Louis Ramos got a hit in pinch hit role. Shohei Ohtani had a base hit, and Hamilton Simmons, now his 10th hit since May 26th. We had 1 double play from each side, a couple errors from the Braves, but it did not hurt them long term. All right, so game notes here. Good. Max Fried goes 6 innings, 6+ to be exact. 2 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 3 and struck out 7. 93 pitches on the day will earn him his second win on the season. Brought his ERA down almost half a run. That will probably be a little bit of a confidence booster for Fried. Juan Romero went an inning in the 3rd, gave up 1 hit. That was the other home run to Mike Trout in the 8th inning. Ramon Linares went a 1/3 of an inning, gave up a hit and a walk, and then JT Ginn finishes the game. He was perfect through an inning and a 1/3, striking out 1, For the Angels, Cal Maduro, just 4 innings of work. He gave up 6 hits, 5 earned runs. He had walked 1 and struck out 5. So he was spotty. He had some good moments, but he did also have some struggle, mostly with the long ball. He gives up the homer to both Alvarez and to Contreras. It's 2 home runs on the day for Cal Maduro. Will take his first decision. Unfortunately, it's a loss on the season. Shreddy G, thank you for hitting the follow button. Welcome to Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. Estelon Ortiz went 2 innings. Both he and Connor Sadzak each 2 innings, each allowed 3 hits, each allowed an earned run. Just the walks and strikeouts were different from both of them, but they pitched adequately, but not great. Francis Martez, same thing, inning of work. He gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 earned run, and 1 strikeout. So I think we saw Riley, we think's player of the game. I've got to think so too. Yep, Austin Riley, 4-hit night for him, reached base 5 times. Definite player of the game. Didn't even have the flame next to his name, so he's not even on a hot streak officially. Checking my notes though, Austin Riley before tonight's game in his last 2 games was 4 for 7, so he now has a 3-game hit streak, but he's now in his last 3 games 9 for 12. Oh wait, no, 8 for 11, because he didn't go 5 for 5. He went 4 for 4, so he's 8 for 11 now with 3 RBI in his last 3 games. So pretty impressive. All right, quick peek at the box scores. Quick peek at the box scores. Let's see. We have Orioles defeated the Yankees 5-0. Twins doubled up on the Astros 8-4. The Indians defeating the Athletics 9-3. We had 4 home runs, including the 20th of the year for Aaron Judge. Tigers will defeat the Royals 6-4. White Sox beating the Red Sox 6-4. The Blue Jays, Juan Coelho defeating the Reds 7-1. The Rangers will win at home 5-2. Hans Kraus, 7th win on the season for him. Just saw the Braves defeating the Angels 8-2. Max Fried looking like a pitcher of old, 2-7 now on the season. He had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, had help from Antonio Alvarez, William Contreras on the home run side, but Mike Trout got 2 home runs, the only 2 runs that the Angels scored. Again, the big historical note, passed Manny Ramirez for 16th exclusively all-time with now 557 career home runs. Milwaukee wins by scoring 2 runs in the top of the ninth to defeat the Mets 7-6. The Cardinals will win against the Dodgers 5-1. Andrew Jenkins gets his first win on the year. Ronald Acuna Jr., Andrew Alexander with home runs. The Mariners at Coors. I put 3.5 as the over-under on how many home runs would be hit. And, well, they didn't get it, but they won 2-1. Diamondbacks will defeat the Pirates 4-3 in 11. Aaron Cross got his 16th home run. Nationals will defeat the Giants 5-3. Marco Luciano helping the Padres win 8-0. Connor Siebel gets his first win in shutout fashion against the Padres. He goes for the Padres against the Cubs. He goes 7 innings, striking out 9 in his debut. Finally, behind my big old head, the Marlins will defeat the Phillies 10-4 with Sandy Alcantara. Well, my big old head's up north. Never mind, I'm on a different screen because I never switched back. See, my buttons are all screwed up still from the plug-in problem. The Marlins winning 10-4. Sandy Alcantara gets his 6th win on the year. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of this maybe offline. Jordan Mateo, go to AAA. Oh, no. Why? Why? Oh, you claimed him off waivers. That's why. Pirate, are you here? Probably not. Yes, it is very good to see Danny back. Pirate, Jordan Mateo you acquired, but you didn't tell me what to do with, and he can't go to AAA because he has to clear waivers. So your only option really is to put him in the majors. Unless you just don't want him. But if you don't want him, it'll still cost you a release. So, what do you want me to do, sir? Put Vaughn, Jaheim Vaughn, go to AAA. One sec. Okay, Jordan Mateo. Oh, guess what? We have a new problem. You don't have any room. You got 40 players. You got to get somebody off your off of here if you're going to keep Mateo. So I cannot do that outright. We need to put somebody off of the 40-man roster if that's what you're interested in. I'm going to do my own version of Resident Sleeper. Trey Dillard cannot go on... Well, he's on the injured list already, isn't he? So, you're going to slide him to 60 days? you'll lose him for a lot of time. All right, so we're gonna reverse. Let's see. So I'll put Vaughn back here, and we will go over to Jordan Mateo. We're gonna release him. Well, the release will be paying enough, 411,000 in this instance, and I'll see if anything else holds us up here. Wrong button. Nope. Nothing else will hold us up. All right. We'll march forward. And with that, I will plan on marching on out of here. I'm going to get us set up to go over to Coach. Coach is playing some NBA. No worries. We'll go raid over to the craziest coach we know, who's playing some NBA as his big man. So, with that, back to litter box I'm going. Fluff Kitty Ninjas do assassinate, and you're looking at their victim. So, next time I can find some glue and tape, I'll put my head back on straight, and we will be back in front of you. Normally Thursday, but this Thursday we are off because I will be out of state for business purposes and returning late Friday. So with that said, we're going to push to Sunday. And Sunday will not be coffee with the commish. It will be an evening stream. I just don't know officially what time. It could start as early as 3. It could start as late as 6. I will have a more definite time before I go on my trip so that we can figure out game of the night. And yes, it will only be a 4-day sim versus the usual 7, because I still have a lot of work to do on the draft, so I'm going to slow the schedule down just a little bit. Hate doing it, but better to keep us active that way. So remember, how you think directs your life. When you think your best, you're going to be your best. So please go and do your best, and we will see you. Have a great rest of your week. I know it's Tuesday, but I won't be seeing you guys again until the weekend is almost over. Make it a great one. We'll see you soon. Peace.
You jackass!